Apply today. Visit our website at www.open.uwi.edu. You can call us at 456-1183.
The evolution of radio. Boom 1069.
Ooh, yeah. Na 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 na. Tonight is just for fun. Been dancing for so long. The air conditioned on, and we now start to sweat, mama.
Air conditioned down, mama. Dancing for so long, mama. Night is just for fun.
I hold you on your waist and groove you to the bass. Your heart now start to race. I want to get you wet, mama.
Want to get you wet, mama. Heart now start to race, mama. Move you to the bass, mama. Hold you round your
So
waist,
now we whining, I have you shaking, your waistline rolling. Watch how we get wet. My pants and shirt wet, your blouse and skirt wet, my Nike hat wet, your lower back wet, above my eyes wet, between your thighs wet, in so much heat wet. No wonder you're so wet, mama. Two hours on the floor, and still you want some more. We hit it to the core, but we ain't tired yet, mama.
ain't tired yet, mama. Hit it to the core, mama. Hours on the floor, mama. Still you want some more,
Steam rising from the crowd, sweat beading on my brow. I pull you closer now, we just begin to bet, mama.
Just begin to bet, mama. Pull you closer now, mama. Baby, done my brown, mama. Rising from the
So
ground,
now we're trembling, I have you moving, your body craving. Watch how we get wet, my pants and shirt wet, your blouse and skirt wet, my Nike hat wet, your lower back wet, above my eye wet, between your thighs wet, in so much heat wet. No wonder you're so
I'm digging a well for a lady. I'm trying my best just to help she. And every time I stop, she telling me, dig deep, I lick up deep. I put on the water boots now. I drop from my gloves and my jewel now. I try take a break and she tell me, deep, deep. I dig till I can't dig no more. My backbone started to soar. I reach the water table, then the water started to flow. Oh, girl, look the water. 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 She said, wet me down. She want me wet she down. She said, wet she down. Wet she down. Move, girl, get out the way. Move, cause move, girl, get out the way. Move, cause she tell me that water essential. And if I don't finish, it's bacchanal. I try take a break and she tell me, deeper, I lick up deeper. Since morning I begin here. Now evening come and then evening. And every time I stop, she telling me, deeper, deeper. I dig till I can't dig no more. My backbone started to soar. I reach the water table, then the water started to flow. Oh, girl, look the water. 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 She said, wet me down. She want me wet she down. She said, wet she down. Wet she down. Move, girl, get out the way. Move, cause move, girl, get out the way. Move, cause
yeah, you have me wetting and tossing, but this is no time for me to be fussing. What you doing? Sleeping with my cousin, no matter explain. I don't want to hear nothing. Girl, you cannot be trusted. Promise I what you just did. After all, you get busted. So with you, I won't bust with. It's a total waste of mine. Busting time. It's a total waste of mine. Busting time. If you want to hear my mouth, well, you just in time. I will let you
Boom 1069.
Don't wake up, Jacob.
Danagel, I never easy. One night I was by Jacob and early he went to bed. His woman get horny and start to play with me head. To molest his woman was the last thing on me mind. But from the time she touched me, right there I turned to grind. So like a doctor, operate on she. In the middle of the surgery, she whispering to me,
Don't wake up, Jacob. Don't wake up, Jacob. Don't wake up, Jacob. Don't wake up, Jacob.
cause if you wake up Jacob, right there you spoil the fun. And if he catch me and you, right there me and he done.
Don't wake up, Jacob. Don't wake up, Jacob. Don't wake up, Jacob. Don't wake up, Jacob.
She tell me Jacob is a good man, he does really treat me kind. But he have one problem, he don't know to bump and grind. Sometime when I want him to throw it under the sheet, tutus as I look so, Jacob fall asleep. Now me pot is bubbling over and I can't take any more. So let we ease the pressure and leave Jacob to snow.
Don't wake up, Jacob. 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 Don't wake up, Jacob.
I got the music. Get up and move your body. Come on, let's do it. Let's get up and party. I'm in the mood. I'm sexy tonight. With every move, my body feels right. Hold me closer. So on and on we go. Baby, baby, let's party some more. Hold me closer. Hold me closer. I got this feeling. It's got my body moving. It's got me screaming. I just don't wanna lose it. Love's on my mind and the music is right. I got the time, I can dance through the night. Hold me closer. So on and on we go. Now baby, baby, let's party some more. Hold me closer.
It is 7 a.m. in the morning. All right, let's take it off of our ID shady. Let's take it.
We serving you up the #1 morning show in SVG. OMG in the morning with the real Badman Bing, Daniel, and DJ Shady.
Boy, you tell you now. Sometimes never does. Play fool for get wise. You see me? Alright then. We not like bad mind people. We not drive in a bad mind vehicle. A tougher me not like informer. Rape a man them too nasty. The man damn evil. So we not like bad mind people. And we not drive in a bad mind vehicle. A tougher me not like informer. Rape a man them too nasty. Say bad mind a me enemy. Coulda never be a friend me. Bad mind a me target. Me a shoot off of them and me nah miss. Say bad mind a no new. Do not trouble when I trouble you. Bad mind never was sweat, but anything you have them want get.
Yeah. Well, I'm a lovely people. Say life for you in Babylon, yeah. I know it feels worse than a nightmare, yeah. I know it feels just like a prison, surrounded by bars and walls, yeah. That you just cannot escape, yeah. But hold on strong, yeah. I never give up when they see you chatting it in dirty Babylon, yeah. The Babylon system set to keep with
give the people them the purse. I see the children, them all a go to school and them all a come out with 20 subjects. And up to now, no job them can't get. But all the people in the world where you fret. And all a go through all kind of dirty stress.
OMG in the morning.
Doing your best. Hold on strong. Hold on strong. Yeah, yeah. I never give up when you see you trying anything dirty Babylon. Yeah.
Remember the feel. Sex for the very first time. Sex for the very first time. Yeah, I remember the feel. Sex for the very first time. Sex for the very first time. Remember, I pretended I knew what I was doing, but I didn't. I know I didn't. And I remember she told me to dip in. I was scared, but I did it. I remember the feel. Sex for the very first time. Sex for the very first time. I remember the feel. Sex for the
OMG in the
very
morning.
first time.
Morning.
Sex for the very first time.
No believe in me, they believe in me forever. Me a fear as I must start seeing me believe in me. And beyond the stars, go everywhere you are, them say me never make it. Time you always no matter try give it up, face it. Enough time me fall and them laugh again. 7 times fall, 7 times gone again. Me sing this one for them. Journey of life never straight it off the corner man. When me can't ride, me a walk me friend Jack in me life, so me cross the darkest fence. When me happy have confidence, full confidence. I went them, no believe in me, believe in me forever. Me a fear as I must start seeing me believe in me. And beyond the stars, go everywhere you are,
The evolution of radio. Boom 1069.
Oh man, we are live on Boom. OMG in the morning. I see them for.
You're getting things.
Yeah, I see a number of us already on the live. Leander, Bernadette Preston, Marlon Butte.
Hey.
Marlon Butte is in the country.
He's here?
Yes, he's here.
Yeah.
He's here. And
I
he
saw a
has
story with him too, so which we'll definitely have to touch on in a
Yeah,
little bit.
I don't know what you're waiting for.
Man, I'll win past lot upstairs, Juju B. You could
you
pass by with a bottle of wine.
Yes,
you know.
opposite Metro
Yeah, man, you gotta drop by.
Yeah, man. As usual, we have Mary. Mary just a musical animal, man.
I tell she had to start learning to DJ now. She know a lot of music.
She loves good music. Alicia and all the others, you know what I mean? And we're still waiting for all the others to join in. But Mario,
sir,
you're sipping your coffee there, boy.
Yes, man.
Last week we spoke about a story concerning a Vincentian sailor who was allegedly involved in an incident where another sailor accused him of penetrating him, sort of that. And we are seeing here now the British system in full effect, swift justice. Yeah, and this is what happened. Royal Navy sailor Troy Glasgow, who raped his colleague, is jailed for 7 years. Okay, he was also dismissed with disgrace and placed on the sex offenders register.
Oh my goodness.
Listen, the Royal Navy who raped his sleeping male colleague after a barbecue has been jailed. Able seaman Troy Glasgow took opportunistic advantage of the sailor, who was woken by an excruciating pain in the night and was forced to defend himself against his attacker. The court martial heard that the 31-year-old completely destroyed the life of his victim, who has since been medically discharged from the Navy due to mental health problems.
Wow.
The two lived in the same accommodation block and walked home together after a night of drinking at a Navy barbecue while stationed aboard. When they arrived at home around 10:30 p.m., the victim invited Glasgow, who is an engineering technician, back to his room to continue drinking. As you know, the victim, fell asleep, and he said he was awakened by an excruciating pain, and he was forced to, hit the guy with a bottle of, vodka, and took some different measures, ran out the room, and I think he jumped in.
Barely hearing this, Fernando. You had a projector.
Yeah.
Turn up your mic a little bit.
I think my mic is down. That's right.
Go up. But you had to talk like you have, strong rum in your belly. You had to do that. Come on, man.
Yeah, so, as I said, he was, both of them went back in the room. They had a drink. The victim fell asleep, and, he was awoken by, that excruciating pain. So you could see the British justice system. They acted very swiftly in punishing that sailor who's now out of his job, who was being a registered sex offender and so forth.
So he destroyed everything that he worked for so far in his life.
Yes.
7 years in jail.
7 years in jail.
Dishonorably discharged from the Navy, right?
Yes.
I mean. And of course on the sex offenders list, so that's following you everywhere you go.
Yes.
No, man. This is not the look. And look at Shady, you should in fact, you know what? Folks, I'm gonna share the picture while we talk about it.
Yes.
I tell you. Yes, so go ahead, buddy.
So the he was told in court you can no longer remain in the Navy and you must be dismissed. We consider your conduct to have been disgraceful. And it's interesting because when you look at how this sentencing was handed down very quick, you even compare to our situation in St. Vincent where justice seems to take forever or take much longer. And I don't know what is your take on that. If you look at the video, you can the screen, you can see the Mr. Glasgow there. What do you think that it just seems that in St. Vincent justice is just so slow to come by? What do you account for that?
That it seems that justice is slow to... So you think of something like this that happened in St. Vincent? Now, but
nothing would happen. You would have to take
But then again, you can't really take this as indicative of the regular British Justice Service because all regiments basically they have their own internal investigation and legal system basically. So Edward York said that was Navy code, so I think that is what he's boiling it down to. Okay, so yeah.
So there's a difference.
So that's not comparing justice system to justice system.
Right.
So
but nevertheless,
nevertheless.
No, I was just saying nevertheless. It was swift. You could at least I believe that the victim would feel a sort of like they would have got justice in a way. It still doesn't rectify the fact that the victim is now, I don't know if they had mental issue before, but it seems like it is as a result of what transpired, what took place, and to him that Preston say, I have a feeling he will be deported after serving his sentence. How will the sex offender play out in SVG? Do we pay much credence to sex offender list? I think that's a good question.
That's a very good question.
We
can ask him that if such a brand follows you globally.
Yes.
If there's a global directory that you can link up to, and if because I mean every land's laws are a bit different. So I don't. So it'll be interesting to broach that with counsel. Can you remember to do that? Because I won't.
Why you won't?
You mean why I won't?
You bet
all the THC in my system.
Bernadette said he will return to SVG, change his name, and be on the move again. Yeah. So I think even though
and be
he's
on the
deported
move
to
again.
SVG, there should be some sort of continuity. Persons keeping an eye out, the system at least, putting him in a situation where he's being monitored at least and know what is happening. I mean, we don't know if these things do happen, how often it happens in St. Vincent, but. I mean, it's really good to see that there is some justice there in regards to that, and I just feel sorry for the victim because he's still left with that sort of
that mental anguish.
Mental anguish.
It's something else. It's
Yes.
definitely something else, man. I don't want to be on a down note, so you guys are seeing the high rune there. So Shady was asking, are we giving it away? I'm trying to get clearance to give it away, but normally we give away high rune on the Properly Vincy segment. So we may ask a lucky caller a couple questions to see if you're properly Vincy.
Yes.
And no. Shady, you're not. You can't enter.
Sophia,
You're not eligible for it.
Sophia Jacob said SVG has a lot of predators walking about and they ain't monitoring their movement once they land back in SVG. It's sickening, So that is something because it comes back to the whole photo of what is happening here underground with regards to predators, persons who are committing sexual, illegal sexual act and so forth. There needs to be more repercussion, more serious repercussion for those persons. And it goes back to the sentencing guideline because oftentimes when you ask, why isn't this person given a stiffer sentence? They're saying that, the sentencing, we have to abide by the sentencing guideline. So maybe there is, I think there is a need for adjustment to that because you cannot always have that as an excuse. How often should we be saying, sentencing guidelines? If we realize that something is wrong with the sentencing guideline, then should have some adjustment.
I don't think it's as easy as an adjustment. But it'll be good to speak with our counsel to ask what is the requisites needed to get this done. I'm gonna say big respect to Brooklyn, New York, NYC. How you doing? Woodsy Barn Restaurant is now open, 1133 Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11212. Get appetizers like pole chicken sliders, mozzarella sticks, or even guacamole and plantain chips. You can check out the All-American Burger, chicken, peas, rice, Caribbean skirt steak, and a whole lot more. And a bird here skirt, and that's all he's thinking about. Skirts, somebody says skirts. Woodsy Bar Restaurant now open 1133 Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11212. Go in, get your eat on. And of course, big respect to the Flow crew as well to feel the love with Flow's customer relief promotion this month with up to 70% off accounts suspended 1 year or more. That's right. If you've been cut off for a year or more and you say, you know what, I want to make things right with Flow, check them out. You may be eligible to get 70% off that debt reduced. And that's customer retention. Trust me on that one.
And let me
hang on. See them in store today in Kingston and Arnesville until 6 p.m. Plus, look out for chances to win prizes in store all month long. For more information, WhatsApp message 494-5464.
Let me tell you what's going down at KCCU. It's all about 5 this October with KCCU's Diamond Deal, Independent Special. Mario, get your vehicle loan at 5% interest rate on the reducing balance. 5% deposit, 5 years repayment time. Driving luxury this month as KCCU continues to offer you a deal you can't miss. Remember, the offer ends October the 31st. Don't blame us, just a few days away. You could come in and leave with the ultimate key to your freedom. Visit us today in Kingston on Granby Street or call 457-2409 to find out more. KCCU limited terms and conditions apply. Okay? Grab her in the house, boy.
Yeah. Finesse. He finessing up the place.
Grab her with the boy, where they?
Yeah.
He say, Fernando, your voice low. So I beefing it up,
You
grabber.
see what I mean?
I beefing it
That's
up,
what
grabber.
I'm saying. Talk
I
like
beefing
you
it up.
just had some strong
man.
ears pop out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just project. No show, just project. We gotta take a break.
Let's take a break.
Council comes in at 7:45,
Yeah.
and we take your calls and your comments all through the
Okay,
day. All right?
big up Winston. Winston say big up Brooklyn. Big up Brooklyn, the largest
Brooklyn.
Vinci village on earth. Come on.
Where? Brooklyn?
Yeah, the last is that. Sharma said very foggy visibility is low in Brooklyn. Okay, Shimoni Nation still locked. Oh, it's still locked. Let's go.
There are just days left before the most highly anticipated event of the year. Saturday, October 29th, the Arnesville Sports Complex comes alive with the Royal. Something new is coming to Villa. Get ready for the launch of Pier 1 Beach Club and Restaurant. Make it a Pier 1 weekend with the official launch party on Wednesday, October 26th from 7 p.m. until Thursday, 27th is a Vinci thing. Food, fest, and fun from 2 p.m. until Friday, 28th. We go Vintage Vinci with a massive old school party from 7 p.m. until Saturday, 29th. Get ready for the Royal Raid, the official after party for Miss SBG from 9 p.m. until Sunday is Seafood Sundays. Let's brunch from 11 a.m. until Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Regular admission is only $30, VIP $60, or get a weekend pass, $100 regular, VIP $200. Look out for the best DJs all weekend long. The wait is over. Get ready for Pier 1 Beach Club and Restaurant at the location formerly known as Iguana in Villa. Brought to you by Digicel, Campari, Hyrule Hold Your Own, Johnny Walker, Joshe, and 4 Shells.
The Caress Food Mart Independent Specials. Enjoy savings on local products. Buy one juicy 600 ml for $4.25.
At Pharmacy Plus, you can get your personal care, hair care, prescription, dental, and over-the-counter, and medical supplies at affordable prices. Located on Egmont Street, opposite Home Collection. We're open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pharmacy Plus for supreme care and more.
Paper towel, $3.45. 3-bottle special.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
That's what you should do. You see these signs, do what's right. Put a stop to child abuse. See, suspect, say! Among friends and families, a message from the Child Development Division within the Ministry of National Mobilization in collaboration with UNICEF.
The event we've all been waiting for. Get ready for a night of poise, elegance, sophistication, and pure talent. The Miss Plus Size Universe International brings to you its 7th annual pageant as they present some of the most beautiful women all vying for the crown on Saturday, November 5th at the Russell Auditorium, Kingston, St. Vincent at 8 p.m. Get your early bird tickets for only $50. General tickets $100. For the VIP table, only $250. Get your tickets at Diamond Girl, Kathleen Bailey Creations at E.T. Joshua Mall and the Land Store at the airport terminal. Live performances by Darren Andrews, Javid, and more. Also, an appreciation and red carpet segment. Wow. Who will take home the crown for the Miss Plus Size Universe International 2022 on Saturday, November 5th? Don't you miss it.
Hey, you don't know it. Go. Boom, 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 boom.
Boom 1069.
Everybody, I know everybody. Enigma. Now all you small but he big enough for everybody. Yes sir, everybody, yeah. Enough of them I say them are your friend, but I know everybody. Yeah. Make a turn them and go stab you now your back. So them worse than the wolf in the flock. Fi hold you down. One man could only do so much. We need everybody. Yes sir, everybody. Inna the middle like the equator. Mount a enemy surround me everywhere me turn a traitor. If I not know then I later. You have to find the perpetrator, them I know the instigator. Them a go sell out for the paper. Give them your strength, but the only time them help for your favor. Come like a phone without no data. Them a no service, them coming like some broken elevator. Yeah, the one you small but he big enough for everybody. Yes sir, everybody. Yeah, enough of them I say them are your friends, but I know everybody. Yeah, make a turn them and go stab you now your back. So them worse than the wolf in the flock. Fi hold you down. One man could only do so much. We need everybody. Yes sir, everybody.
Tell them mad. Vincy man, ganja thing. Evil, new levels unlocking. Boy violate Green Hill man. Do you feel like this on a bam bam challenge? Oh, geez, relax now. Standard tea, smell the ganja bees and call Sanja please. Easy, make your land need like when a hot knife cut through anchor cheese. Higher heights, me not steal up. So me squeeze girl like Play-Doh. Throw the water in them sink like Drano. But me innocent, you not see the halo. But me love to see them gyal when them in a shots. Gyal throw the when them see the be my pass. No 3 series thing, me have the bigger class. Gyal a look for the drip, me have the thicker sauce. Gyal them a ball for the skinny man. Whoa, man them salute when they see the done. Heal, bad mind I watch me like a cinema. 2 gyal by my side, no dilemma. Boom, gyal them a ball for the skinny man. Whoa, man them salute when they see the done. Heal, bad mind I watch me like a cinema. 2 gyal by my side, no dilemma.
$1 million style that she love off. When she friend then she and I get off. 1 million cologne that I wish she love off. All when like build they feel like off. Never move shaky, else I get cut off. Do touchy and go get chop off. Never know say man serious on the road at the code. I that to get run off. Kingston man crazy. Never gazy, all on the streets we are hustle, never lazy. Money in our pocket we are stacky and a chasey. Jumping on me brand new Tida and a racy. Zandan I forget a tasty. Even if a country tongue it never face me. Reach a she yard in a 10 say we pace it. Down on her knees where she go just to please me. $1 million style that she love off. When she friend then she and I get off. 1 million cologne that I wish she love off. All when like build they feel like off. Never move shaky, else I get cut off. Do touchy and go get chop off. Never know say man serious on the road at the code. I that to get run off. If you want the weed hard, go the weed yard. Straight down a lamp when me get me weed dog. When me in at the party, everybody eats grass. Y'all come over, say me have to brace her.
Meanwhile, her friend done in at the car, so me shouts and dancing.
Yo brother, time to bust the drawers.
I saw the scene hunger.
Say we full of gal, full of money in a band too. $1 million style that she love off. When she friend then she and I get off. 1 million cologne that I wish she love off. All when like build they feel like off. Never move shaky, else I get cut off. Do touchy and go get chop off. Never know say man serious on the road at the code. I that to get run off.
Boom 1069.
The trending station, Boom 1069, in full effect. The crew checking in with you once again. We've got Shady on deck. We've got Fernando on deck. And, of course, yours truly, money earning, mind burning. None of that today. I'm here to bring a little good news and some sunshine. Yeah. Some sunshine. Winston, that was some Vincy dancehall. All Vincy, all lyrically astute folks. Just, we started off with Enigma, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Enigma just he has some crazy stuff. Crazy. All right, well, I see some good news on the horizon. I see Milo saying cheaper electricity bills for all Vincentians. Tell me that's not a good thing. Shady clap, no man.
Shady clap. Love shady.
What were you?
Well, I have to see it to believe it.
You have to see.
I have to see it to believe it.
Listen, cheaper electricity. This is a story coming from St. Vincent Times. Cheaper electricity bills for all Vincentians was the message given by Minister of Finance Camilo Gonzalez during his keynote speech at the start of the Everything Vinci Expo on Monday in Kingstown. Gonzalez was referring to the 20,000 barrels of oil being discharged at Lomans Bay, St. Vincent, in accordance with the amended Petro-Carib deal, which gains ALBA member nations a discount of 35%. He said, quote, if you want to know what solidarity looks like, you should take a trip down to Lomans Bay right now and see the ship called the Inmaculada, which is off Lomans Bay outside the Vinlec power plant, delivering to us today almost 20,000 barrels of diesel for electricity at heavily discounted rates, which will mean cheaper electricity bills for everybody. You get a cheap bill. You get a cheap bill. Shady, you get a cheap bill too.
I would love that.
Yeah, you will love that too. That's right. And I want to thank and recognize the government and people of Venezuela for their solidarity in that regard.
Yeah, you sound optimistic.
I just
you sound optimistic.
I'm delivering the news like it was said.
Remember, Camilo, I should say the finance minister said that we have the cheapest gas, in the OECS, and up to now we're among the highest in the OECS. So I have to see that to believe that. You understand me? I ain't getting chick again.
I can't.
I ain't getting chick. You know how long we?
Good news to
you know how long we paying $18 a gallon for gas, Mario?
How long?
Boy,
is a rhetorical question?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister said, listen, how our system works, okay? We take a while to go up, and you see when we reach up to the highest level, we take a while to come. We take a while to come down. So I think we're still taking a while. So hopeful.
I am bringing a little good news to the table.
I'm not saying it's not good news,
and
about
just, throw all kinds of things on my parade.
I ain't going with no empty promises, Mario. I'm not going with that.
How does an empty promise?
Well, until we see it fulfilled, it's an empty promise to me. What? What?
More good news? Laugh at me.
No, boy, how you joking now?
More good news. Vincentians can now use credit and debit cards to pay for government services.
Right, nice.
Yeah, the government of SVG is piloting its point-of-sale payment system for a number of its services. Commencing on October 25th, 2022, citizens will be able...
We have a call, eh?
Sure. Citizens will be able to pay for services utilizing credit and debit cards.
This is Mr. Hamilton, your friend. I just want to correct you. This is the individual who's been speaking about Petro-Carib. I spoke about it because you see, when you have to be very careful. I'm saying a Petro-Carib, based on what the Honorable Annan used to said, he said he would have made it, put it to good use. Because you have to understand, you get in these fuel and you have 25 years to pay. And I'm saying if you do that, that means when you get that opportunity and say you take $5 million and put it aside for that fuel, then it means you have to invest it so you could make something from it. If you take $5 million worth of fuel, and when you get that, instead of you invest it, and you take that money and you give it out like, what we see, Venezuela do with these kind of giveaway things and so on, and you waste away and squander away the money and you didn't invest it, that you're in trouble. And when Annan used to warn about Petro-Carib, many people said he was strong-headed. And so said, so done. We had problems with Venezuela, and we saw Venezuela literally fall into pieces. Don't make Venezuela sound like glory. Why Venezuela got themselves in trouble? Every nation in South America said, we are not happy with the way you're treating your people. We are not happy the way you're shooting them down. We are not happy with the way you have democracy. We are hearing $20 billion from the dictatorship in bank accounts overseas. And then what happened? Donald Trump literally intervened. He said, I would intervene because I want the people of Venezuela to have democracy. And sanctions was put on them when they been rigging up elections, and we know what's been happening and so on. That Petro-Carib crashed. Then we found out, very horror from IMF, that 2/3 of the monies that they had for Petro-Carib was not entered in the books. And then you just raised it with us. So we are hearing a figure of around 183 million. Only 71 million entered on the books. What is this ULP monies? Then the Scotiabank said it was 1 billion and you just raised that matter in debt from Petrocarib. The whole thing crashed because we warned them. Venezuela literally was isolated from 59 countries, didn't recognize them based on their very arrogance and terror on the Venezuelan people. And I'm saying this to say, let me make it clear now. I'm saying this to say, what is happening now? We're hearing back to Petrocarib. Who did Mr. Gonzalez discuss this? What is really going to stop that Venezuela, when we make the arrangement with that Maduro is not going to take this money again and squander it? How are we accounting for any monies again when we don't even have Section 77? You think this, you see in Mr. Gonzalez some sweets up? I am saying, my brother, it is corruption and Mr. Gonzalez must go to jail. It's
That's that.
Oh my God, boy, I'm excited, huh?
I give him 1 minute. That was. You know, I mean, I know that other stations hang up on it, but Hamo makes some points.
He makes some very good point, but he must calm down a little. Calm down.
People, everybody needs to speak their truth. You know what I mean? But
ring out me as well and all
only 1 minute, nothing more. Nothing more. 4511069.
Yes.
So let me go ahead with the
good news.
With the good news here. Why you being like that, buddy?
Why you say that?
Like I said, commencing October 25th, 2022, citizens will be able to pay for services utilizing credit and debit cards at Customs and Excise, Inland Revenue Department, and the Commerce and Intellectual Property Office. To benefit from this enhanced payment service, citizens are always required to have a valid form of identification. The government of SVG is currently implementing the World Bank-funded Caribbean Digital Transformation Project and has identified the development of citizen-facing digital government service as a key priority. Additionally, the government will soon be launching its interim e-payment platform, GovPay, which can be used to pay for a number of services online. The piloting and rollout of these services form part of the government's digital transformation thrust aimed at improving user experience for citizens accessing public services and improving the efficiency of the internal government operations. Just a couple more paragraphs here. There are currently a few services that are on board the platform. Currently, Consultancy Agencies Limited, Hong Kong, is providing consultancy services for the assessment, design, and development of the technical specs for a full-scale e-payments platform. The services are expected to impact all citizens, particularly those living in the Grenadines, North Windward, and North Leeward, enabling customers to access services and information without time-consuming and costly physical journeys. Good point. The digital transformation project will focus heavily on 8 main components, which are as follows: data protection, cybersecurity, single window for land property transactions, single window for trade facilitation, e-government architecture, e-tax, unique digital ID, and electronic payments. Good news. It could, if you're all the way by so, you could get things done. That's not good news?
Yeah, that's good news, Mario. Very good news.
Oh, you acting like if?
No, I ain't say nothing wrong, boy. Winston said, Mario, you need to tell Hamo take some of the medicinal. Okay, that's take it. Hamo doesn't get too bad when you
bring some local for him.
Yeah, gotta get something for him, homegrown. Listen, Mario, no, I'm not trying to be pessimistic or anything, but this gas price situation is really out of hand. I actually have to leave my car and catch a van today. The car balling. You know what I mean?
Man, see the car balling.
Every time I train someone with the car, showing up yellow again. The yellow light coming on. Why is that, Mario?
Are you asking me?
We need some relief.
You need a tune-up. That's what's going on with you. You need a tune-up. Hey.
Yellow.
What?
That's what the gas.
No.
I know some people can drive like that, but there you go. I just say, boy, the yellow light ain't going to catch me today, you know. I can't go be coming in town and break down in Gipsuka. All right, Mario. Mario, we were talking about the vendors yesterday. While I was there, interviewing the vendors, and after we finished the live, I saw the opposition leader. You know what I mean? The opposition leader showed up at the market along with a team, including the MP for West Kingston. I saw Senator Chevron John and the others. And the opposition, he spoke with the media. He said that it was a heavy-handed approach by the Kingston Tongue Board, and he picked the side of the vendors, and he asked what the government want the vendors to do and so forth with regards to this matter. I mean, he probably playing a bit of politics with it,
A bit? man, come on and
pose off. Right, but he could have legitimate concern as well.
He could, yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
but even you recognize that there was a bit of politicking.
Yeah.
So what's the point of bringing that up today?
No, well, I'm just joining it to your to the listeners and to your attention that
I see 2-3 vagrants out there too.
I know, but
come here, draw that to my
the vagrants are not the opposition. You know what I mean? So,
and I'm not saying that they are. No, I'm just saying. You just listen. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But until I see a statement, and I'm not saying that because I live in high off of anything.
Yeah. From Tongue Board,
we need to hear what's going on and what they have to say about it. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to. What I don't want is for it to appear that we're representing just one side of the story. We need to have a balanced approach, but for that to happen, we need to have someone willing to call, write, send smoke signals, something, so that we could convey that message. That's all I'm saying.
I could understand what you're saying, but at the moment we are hearing what the vendors are saying. So until we could hear,
I hear you.
You know what I mean? Because I tell you, oftentimes you try to get another side from those in authority, and you don't get it. And that is one of the biggest problem I think we face. You know what I mean? When I asked the representative from Tongue Board, ma'am, do you wish to make a comment and so forth? Let persons hear the other side of the story.
Right.
She said, no comment. I was like, wow. I mean, you could even say no comment in a more, you know what I mean? As a more civil way.
I hear. Well, again, I didn't see it, and you have a way of embellishing things to make it sound as though
No, I
people
critically analyze things.
How you critically? You said the woman say no comment. No comment.
Yeah, but
she didn't say it like that. I'm sure she just said no comment.
What do you mean?
You make it sound like she had a vodka bottle in her hand saying no comment.
I swear,
no comment.
I swear.
You know what I mean? All I'm saying is, and for her to take that stance, there could have been official reasons as well. Maybe they're waiting on a prepared statement. Listen,
well, let them wait.
If someone came here, right, because of something that I did or alleged to have done, and they ask you something, Fernando, and without getting any proper information from me, you just start talking the talk. Well, you don't deserve to be on my team.
And I understand that. I understand that, Mario, but too often, and it comes down to either customer service, courtesy, you know what I mean, respect. You understand what I'm saying, Mario? You have to say, you're a professional.
Right.
And somebody asks you, at the moment we have no comment, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I
agree with that.
The
I agree
public
with
interest
that.
in the matter. But no comment. We have no comment. It's like, but I ain't say, you know what I mean? Junior Adams said the opposition is part of the nasty club. Angela is saying, Mario, where is Gonsalve? Did he show up to hear the people? They're also asking if there's anyone from any MP from the government side.
Yeah. No, and I agree. No, I am not disagreeing. The optics that there was none from the government side doesn't look good.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing with that. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Right? All I'm saying is there's a multitude. There could be a myriad of reasons as to why she was unable to give a comment.
So
if the delivery of the no comment was, as you said, vodka bottle in hand, I don't comment enough.
Vodka
I don't comment. I don't.
Vodka baklava. Boy, that was really.
If that is how it was approached,
Yes.
then shame on her.
Shame on her.
Right?
And I say so,
right?
with all due respect.
Again, I'm saying if because I wasn't there and I didn't see video saying nothing. And
Mariam, I
and
critically
Fernando,
analyze things.
I don't think
and
you critically. Anyways.
You know I can critically analyze. Angela said, even Eyewitness News, the tongue board did not want to talk.
Yeah.
You know, and as you said, that they might have a
official
reason.
Yeah.
They're waiting, to make a statement.
Yes.
But you see, this is a problem. You would say, what the vendors are saying is here saying, they're saying, that's it. We have to wait on the other side. And how long do we have to wait on the other side?
How long do we have to wait?
Yeah.
No, something should have been said. Huh? Something. I'm not disputing anything that you're saying.
Yeah,
we need to have. I'm imploring them to call to say something. Right?
We are imploring them to call.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to look at any of the news programs yesterday. Shady said that there was someone on.
Yeah,
one
there
of
was
the
a little clip on the news.
Right.
I saw it on the news.
From tongue board?
Yeah, there was. He was driving in his vehicle and the reporter was, asking him questions. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Somebody said these people are big pig. They will. This is what I'm saying, Mario. In terms of the way how those in authority go about, giving information, is like, I mean. It left much to be desired, you know what I mean? And I think that is a problem that, in general, we have in St. Vincent. Customer service, the way we go about our responsibility and so forth. Because
so not just on a government level. You think that is
it's
an extension problem.
It's a big problem. It is a big problem. It's a big problem. But somebody has to lead. Somebody have to take charge and so forth.
And you'd expect somebody in authority to be that person championing the change. I hear you.
So we have Jonas. For someone who works in the media, you have to be more circumspect and don't let your emotion. I think he's showing that to me. Get the better of you, especially with developing issues. There's always more in the matter than the pistol.
Good point, Junior.
And I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Good point,
I'm
Junior.
just saying we need to get them out. We need to hear from them.
Yeah.
Somebody said.
Somebody say a sound real red,
licks in your side.
How could you sound red?
You take a shady cardboard.
You could hear colors? What really going on? Hey, council should be joining. Council help me out here. Council help me out.
So while we wait on council, Leandro,
we are ads to play all kind of thing before council coming in.
She said they break down the bar to the front also, or that was a part of the original design of the market. I don't know what bar you're referencing. Mario, you know what is?
When the bike does the park up there, you sell nuts and things.
Oh, wait, I'm not too sure.
Let's do this, buddy.
Let's go to ad and
you don't know which bar
but you don't have nothing lined up.
Oh, you seriously don't know which bar they're talking about?
No, for real. Tell me. Mario Winston say, Phil. Mario Winston say there is a thing called decorum, and if a member of the press approach you to ask a question, even if you don't want to answer, there is a professional and tactful
way to do it,
and that is exactly what.
No,
I'm
hear you. Listen, like I said, if it was as you reported,
yes,
vodka bottle in hand and cuss words floating at the mouth, then I understand that. But
the red bar.
Man, player ad. We need to. We need
read,
to get...
read something from. Read something. Let me line up the ad for you.
Oh, hey, who's this man? Get a Flow broadband 250 internet package with Flow and enjoy fiber fast internet connectivity at home and pay only $60 for the rest of the year. No need to ask. Flow's broadband 250 package is available island-wide. To subscribe today, see us in store or WhatsApp message the Flow virtual assistant at 494-5464. That's 494-5464. Terms and conditions do apply. Flow, keeping you connected.
Ready? All right, let's go.
At Pharmacy Plus, you can get your personal care, hair care, prescription, dental, and over-the-counter, and medical supplies at affordable prices. Located on Egmont Street, opposite Home Collection. We're open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pharmacy Plus, for supreme care and more.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Thinking of winning the lotto jackpot? Well, there is an easy way. Combo Play. Choose 4 numbers from 1 to 36. That's a combo 4 at a cost of $64. Match any 4 of the 5 numbers and win the lotto jackpot. There's Combo 6, where you purchase 6 numbers for only $12.
At Pharmacy Plus, you can get your personal care, hair care, prescription, dental, and over-the-counter, and medical supplies at affordable prices. Located on Egmont Street, opposite Home Collection. We're open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pharmacy Plus, for supreme care and more.
So, you have to be in it to win it.
No matter where we come from, the journey begins the same for all of us. There are no easy ways to achieve our dreams. The road is paved with determination and hard work, fueled by the love of what we do.
Save 20% off all items in household, lawn and garden, electrical, doors and windows, plumbing and tiles. Plus, save 43% off selected items store-wide at Ace, Ace 2 in Arnesville, and Ace 3 in Pembroke. Join us on Friday, October 28th for the Ace Independence event at all Ace locations and save big. Follow the Careers Hazel Facebook and Instagram pages for more information. Careers Hazel's terms and conditions apply. There are just days left before the most highly anticipated event of the year. Saturday, October 29th, the Arnesville Sports Complex comes alive with the Royal Return, Miss SPG 2022. And the invitation is yours to be treated like royalty yourself with the Royal Return VIP package. For $200, dress your elegantly best and enjoy secured parking, VIP entrance and seating, front stage access, cocktail tables, and a food-inclusive menu to die for. The throne is awaiting a new queen as the 8 contestants are ready to make it a night to remember. Miss SPG 2022, The Royal Return. VIP and regular tickets available at all Ticketmasters, Pulse, Perez City Store, VJ's Restaurant, Kingstown, Entice Lounge, Victoria Park, the CDC Lotto booth at the Peace Memorial Hall, Gate 3, the Joshua Center, Chill Spot Bar and Grill, Arnesville, Porchel's, Calliope, Video Extreme Cattels, and Johnny's Barbershop, Georgetown.
Plain Talk. Plain Talk with Jumo Thomas.
So much things to say right now.
All you talk now. On OMG.
Good morning. Thanks, Lou.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm okay.
Wonderful. Good morning, Mario. Good morning.
Element today. I'm being brutalized on Facebook.
You're being what?
Brutalized on Facebook, yeah.
Oh, I don't know what's happening. I tried linking with you guys earlier on the internet, and it didn't get through. So I thought I tried sending you, Mario, a message, but you didn't respond.
Oh no, my handset is what I'm using as my display.
So I wasn't sure as to whether we were coming on, but I want to weigh in on that vending issue.
Yes.
And the way in which the authorities have treated some of the vendors, and the way in which vendors generally have been treated over the years. This is an issue that I have touched on many times over the years, because I am of the view that vending is such a crucial part of the economic vibe of St. Vincent and the Grenadines that while there need to be structures and organization, we should not take the view that vendors are an eyesore and consequently should be removed from our landscape. Firstly, I think we need to address what is it that drives vending. And I think that if any of us stop to think just for a second, we would know that vending is driven primarily by the difficult economic conditions which confront people in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We have all talked about the high poverty rate. We have talked about the high unemployment rate. We have talked about the resulting crime and violence that comes with this. And most vendors, if you look at what they're trading, it's not a lot in terms of volume or in terms of value. It's crucially important for them, but in the overall scheme of things, it's not a lot. So most vendors, if they have $5,000 worth of goods at any one time, they have a lot. But they go out day after day, week after week, year after year. I mean, some vendors are there forever. Many of us would remember them being there for years. Yesterday I saw a young lady selling sweet peppers. Not sweet pepper, flavor peppers. And she more than likely come from someplace in the rural. She jumps onto a van. She comes into Kingstown to sell flavor peppers. Well, you ought to know that if somebody is coming into town to sell flavor peppers, they don't have a lot of resources. I know there's a lady who for years sits and sells camphor balls, but she prefers to sell camphor balls. I think camphor balls are what, 2 or 3 or 4 for $1. I'm not so sure how much sales she gets each day, but she has been on that same spot for years selling. And I wonder a lot of times when we say that, oh, the town is congested, or some people have gone so far as to say the town is filthy, and they tend to say that because we have a lot of vendors on the street. If we really understand what we are saying, because I don't think that vendors make the town filthy. I don't think that vendors contribute negatively to the aesthetics of the town. In fact, some visitors will tell you that they like to go into the market area or stop and buy their trinkets from vendors because they get a feel for the country, a vibe for the country, and so on. So when the authorities move as they have done to destroy the structures that people put up to try to rest their things on, I think that is a retrograde negative step. And we may recall that there have been threats time and time again to move, to vamp on vendors, to clear the streets, as we are told. And a lot of times we say that, there's no other place in the Caribbean where we have that amount of vending. One of the things, public vending, one of the things that we fail to recognize is that Kingstown is one of the smaller towns. If we take the Caribbean as our place for analysis. So Kingstown is smaller than Bridgetown. It is smaller than Port of Spain. It is smaller than Castries. It is smaller than Kingston, Havana, smaller. So because of the small size, our vendors tend to be clustered around major points of economic activity, because they are hoping that when somebody walks into a supermarket or a drugstore, that person either going in or coming out would see something that they like and want to get. So they tend to gather there. And I mean, that makes economic sense. When a business place is thinking about location, that business place is thinking about a strategic location. You want to, Kentucky would not put one of its businesses at Mount St. Andrews or at the top of La Soufrière. They put it at strategic points where they think people are going to gather, people are going to meet, people are going to pass. And it's the same thing with vendors. And the unfortunate thing about the conversation about vendors and the way in which we tend to have a certain level of disdain and not self-hatred, but hatred for people at the lower levels of society, is that for those of us who travel, when we travel to New York or Miami or Los Angeles or Istanbul or Moscow or Vienna, we meet pleasure in the fact that we are sitting on the sidewalk, drinking a cup of coffee, a cup of tea. For those of us who drink soda, like Fernando.
No, I'm gonna drink soda.
Well, it's true. It's on the it's true. You
Remember I sing the song, eh?
Yeah. I'm sorry. You drink something. Yeah, but they do that and they sit on the street and they don't complain for two reasons. It's pleasurable to sit on the street on a summer day in any of these places that I mentioned, and it's glamorous to do it. But it's the same street that these established restaurateurs and so on, but they put tables on the street. The only difference is that these societies are more developed, and the person, the restaurateur or whoever, they have more resources and their tables are more pleasing to the eye. But you can't confuse the economic reality of a developed society, a developed city like New York or Istanbul in Turkey, and compare that to little backwater St. Vincent. We have to look objectively at the reality, economic reality, and what people are able to do. So whereas somebody in London who is on the street may spend £200 to get a structure, the person in St. Vincent who has little or no money and may just be selling bananas may look to see if he could get somebody to knock up a little box for him for $20. But all too often, I think, we look at the vendor, oh, he's blocking my path, and I can't get ahead, or I can't get to go by as quickly as I want to go by. And the truth of the matter, even if you are walking in a cluttered area, it's the rare occasion that you would be blocked for more than 30 seconds. But our comfort, our economic comfort is such that we feel as though people are not allowing us to live the kind of life that we have attained. So we want to come down hard on vendors. We want to come down hard on vending. We don't want to pay, or we don't want to look at the reality that these people are really trying to make ends meet. And to think about it, I remember when I was going to primary school, for example, if you had 10 vendors in all of Kingstown, you had a lot.
Wow.
You had a few on the building and loans. You had some outside of Trotman. You had some wrong by Wadi Lima. You had a lady down opposite a Banfield gas station. Now you have them every place. And that is a reflection of the fact, two things. One, that economic conditions are really grinding and more people are trying to eke out a living however they can. And two, that the kind of stigma that was associated with selling in a tray, or now it's whatever people are selling on, that has gone. So people feel much more comfortable now putting something on the street corner and selling. People are selling phone cards, they're selling whatever they can sell. Somebody, your family members send you two bottles of coffee and you drink one and you sell one. They send you 2 bottles of peanut butter, you eat one, you sell one, because of the difficult economic conditions. So when I look and see things like what happened in the week, you saw people complaining that in the government authorities, the governing authorities would throw their stuff in a garbage place, their salt fish, their produce, in a place of refuge. And if you ever go to that market in that place, you would know why nothing should be put in there, because the kind of it's a horrible place to put things that people may want to sell for other people to eat. But I think the authorities were so determined to move on these people. I saw one propagandist for the government saying, "Oh, they got a week," and they didn't move.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, you give them a week, they didn't move, so you vamp on them, and you throw them away in the same way in which they moved against the people out at Massey, for no real apparent reason. People who are living at the bottom of society are being made to suffer. And I got to say that I am really, really opposed. I will never be in support of any activity to push vendors off the street. I will never. I organize it, yes. Find some ways. Because people talk, I heard people talk about, the government has prepared some places for them to go. Yeah. But there's a reason why people come outside of a structure and don't stay inside. They don't stay inside because there's no driver. There's nothing that tell people they must go into that place. So if you go to, in the days when you had the Brixton market in England, I haven't gone there recently, but I was told that it has been regentrified now and the market is gone. But people would be in the market and people would be out of the market, because people, when you're walking by or when you're driving by, you may see a vendor, you may see a piece of clothing that you want to stop for. So if you put a building, like you have a 3-story market here in St. Vincent, probably the only one I've seen any place in the world, but you don't have any driver to tell somebody why they need to go up to the 3rd floor. So nobody's going to go up to the 3rd floor to buy Tanya or Dasheen or yam or peppers.
Well,
I'm really opposed to this action. I think it's very anti-worker, anti-poor, and nothing can be brought. Well, I've seen nothing yet that could ever get me to change my view that vendors need to be protected rather than to be assaulted. That's my take this morning.
Thanks a lot, Council. We do have to do a quick top of the hour, and then I'll come back if you can just indulge us.
You don't want to take the call, don't take the call. Okay.
Top of the hour, music, and then back. All right.
We serving you up the #1 morning show in SVG. OMG in the morning with the real Badman Bing, Daniel, and DJ Shady.
Different. My team, we don't back down from nobody. Them Vincy don't back down from nobody. From panty to drop is everybody. Want to invite me in them, huh? I hope you can take it all inside you. Come take little wine up all inside you. Come take little liquor all inside you. Come take little union all inside you. Every time they just tell we put the thing inside properly. Ain't nobody can do it better. Raise it out to the sky we. Every show to the sky we. They going have to pay small fee. Even though me done move a long time, panty man they just call me. If you want see how we just party, put me inside. If you want see how we just met them gal go, put me inside. If you got to work then just call leave, put me inside. Better pray to God we don't make your gal go, put me inside. My team we don't back down from nobody. Them Vincy don't back down from nobody. From panty to drop this everybody. Want to invite me in them, huh?
Boom 106.9.
Yes.
We're back. We still have counsel here.
That's right. Council has made it clear that that where he stands on the treatment of the vendors. I know that there are some WhatsApp messages that you should check there as well, and there are some Facebook messages. Council, I heard you make mention of opposition. Sorry, some government propaganda. How did you phrase it?
Government propagandist.
Making the point that they had a week and so on. So there is no validity to the claim that they were warned or that they were.
No. I'm not saying that I am not saying that they were not warned. But think about it, right? You are not paying your rent. You get an eviction notice that tells you have to leave at the end of the month. The days are long gone when the owner can come and take off the roof. Or the door, or the windows. So the fact that you warn or tell people that because all of us know that most of us would concede, I think, that the notion that they want to clean the market is a canard. It's an excuse.
Right down that road with you.
Yeah.
So there is no. You don't think that there was any validity to the claim that it needed. I mean, even some of the vendors.
No, the market needs cleaning. The market needs cleaning, but you don't need to destroy the people's things to clean it. That's my point.
That's it.
All right. I'm with
Look, there's so much place on the top, so much space on the top of the market. I don't know if you ever went up there, Mario. You can put some things up there if you really want to be people friendly. All of those things they destroyed, they could have put them on top. There's a lot of space and clean the market and clean that market properly. You don't have to destroy. And you have to remember, before, you remember it was said that as soon as Carnival finish, the workers would be, the vendors would be off the street. You remember that statement?
I'm here, Council. I'm here. I'm just switching.
Do you remember the statement?
Yes.
It was said earlier, I think in May or June, as soon as Carnival was over, the vendors would be off the street.
Yes, I heard that. Morning, we've got a caller. Good morning, you're live on Boom.
Good morning. Thanks for raising the issue of the vendors once more. One of the things we have to remember is that the action that was taken yesterday was not from street vendors. They want the persons who are in the market. And what they essentially destroyed are things like the speed and all of that. Now, why would you want to do that? I cannot explain. And if we are talking about cleaning the market, in the Kenton Chance video, the Eyewitness News video yesterday, one of the vendors took us through the market and the litany of rules that they have there in terms of sanitation rules. You have bathroom facility that you feel far more dirty when you come out of it than before you went in. The plumbing works are not working. She even show you where you have a face basin that has been on the floor of that place for in excess of a year. If we are talking about cleaning and Kingston looking dirty, take a walk over to Tokyo.
Right.
So when Tokyo was completed, all of those shops were pristine. And this administration allows all of that entire infrastructure to just go in a state of disrepair. And then you are going to talk about vendors have Kingston looking dirty. Something.
But caller, I don't think that you are being fair though, because those people who are in Little Tokyo have a responsibility as well to keep their structures clean. So to put all of that on the government and say that government allow it to go into disrepair, I agree that since the government owns, but I can tell you for a fact that a number of those people who own those shops don't even bother to pay the rent.
No, remember, I said clean, you know. I said leave to go in a state of disrepair. That's what I said.
I understand that.
Property. Government owns the property, and perhaps the reason why some people don't pay, just perhaps, maybe because of the state they're in. I don't know. But if we are looking, so look.
I take a general point though. Because when you go to the market and you go to the bathrooms, for example,
yeah,
I like the way you coined it. You feel more dirty coming out than when you went in. It's true.
Council, if you traverse the entire city, I mean, there are no public facilities. We make noise when a person stands against a wall and relieve his bladder, but quite often, especially when a person has been imbibing alcohol, that's not easy to control. And the entire
so maybe you should imbibe less alcohol.
Okay, there you
go.
Colin, we have 30 seconds, okay?
All right.
Yes. Yeah. Councillor, I have someone here say I'm 100% with Jomo. He also said while we don't have all the facts to mash up and Chewy, people stuff on the cleaning up and the communication was poor is not right and the best thing to do at this time. However, the problem of vending is out of control and need regulating. Based on how both government and opposition speak to the issue or address the issue, lacks confidence in us finding our agreeing on a course of action to control or regulate vending in an acceptable way.
Let's interrogate the whole idea that vending is out of control. What does that mean? That we have too many vendors?
I assume so. Vending in the wrong set of spot. There's vending all over.
Well,
and so forth.
Listen, man. Council, I heard you raise a couple points about folks have more resources in the more developed countries, etc. And while that is so, there is also just there is more space. There's room to pass around. There's greater presentation, and I've seen where you're talking about vendors out of control. Sometimes you have to hop off the sidewalk to walk in the street because it's
you don't have to walk in the street. You walk where the cars are parked.
Caller, hello.
You don't walk in the street.
Good morning.
And what happened if you have to walk into the street? You step around somebody. That's why I said if we're in the most cluttered place, you wouldn't have to stand for 30 seconds.
We have a caller here, Council.
If you're driving on the street and there's a learner in front of you and the traffic is snarled, what would you say? That nobody should be learning on the streets?
No,
you wait until you get a clearance to go.
All. But the learner won't be there every day.
We have a caller
in the same place, slowing me down.
Caller.
Morning,
guys. Why do you feel weighed down?
Council, we have a caller saying morning. I don't know if you hear.
Hey, good morning. I'm sorry.
Morning, Council. Fernando, that thing you read just now from somebody, that message. Where the opposition commented at. But his point was it needs negotiation.
Yes.
It needs to,
And
now
regulating.
the government, I don't know how they could say between the opposition and the government there's no sensible
Well, he's saying because
inside.
he said,
no, I'm upset they include the opposition and that like that. The government renovated 2 buildings in town for vending, right? Over a year now, and they can't move anybody inside here. You have Iti Joshua acres of land where I would have suggested on many media that the build a vending a marketplace out at Iti Joshua. The government not interested in helping poor people or seeing poor people develop and come out of poverty. And that is the problem with the opposition coming to that.
That is
That
your
person just want to defend the government stupidness. And any educated person in this day and age in Winston defending this ULP Ralph government is wicked people. Wicked people.
Thank you, caller.
Thank you, caller.
Thank you.
Caller spoke. And someone is saying Mario, Port of Spain is very congested with vendors. I agree.
No.
There are some places that are, but that doesn't mean it right because Port of Spain congested too.
Yeah.
No,
And
but Mario, but what is it that's driving? I didn't want to go there with you, about Port of Spain. But what is it about vending? What is it about vending that people are opposed to? If you go to Barbados, the only reason the vendors are more because those areas it's bigger, so it's more dispersed.
Right.
But if you go down to Frederick Street and so on in Port of Spain, there's a lot of clutter,
Exactly.
and that's because some of the businesses are there that attract a lot of people, and people want to go there to try and see if they can make ends meet.
Yeah. So we have another one saying I shouldn't have to be ducking when walking on the sidewalk. The vendors that park their vans opposite courthouse, for example, they should not be allowed.
Well, why shouldn't you have to duck?
I guess because
I mean, it is not. This is not a moving. I gotta say that thing with those. I think they should carry those things out a little more because when they bring it all onto the sidewalk, it could create some problem for an undiscerning person. But they are now a fixture, so you know that these things are there, and consequently, you walk, and that is only for what, 100 yards, if that much. Why can't we take that level of inconvenience? Let's call it that. For 2 minutes of inconvenience to allow your brother or your sister to make some ends meet, so that at the end of the day he or she can go home and buy some bread and butter for their children. Why is that a big problem for persons who are better off?
No.
It's not about being a big problem for persons better off. It's about if you want to, as you said, progress and make the place more attractive to those coming in.
Oh, so we're doing this for tourists now. Well, you sound like a minister of government. We need to do it because tourists think that.
May I finish my point, Council? Well, we are trying to entice tourist dollars. We're trying to spur entrepreneurial spirit, right? I agree.
Say that again. We're trying to spur what?
Entrepreneurial spirit. So what I'm saying is, rather than just having them everywhere that you can't pass, put them in a place that's designated so folks can enjoy the fruits of others' labor. That's all I am saying. That is what I am saying. I am not saying that people shouldn't vend, but how does one's need trump another? That's all.
Mario,
I'm
saying. Your point about entrepreneurial spirit, what you see on the streets every day from those who that's the quintessential expression of entrepreneurial spirit. People who are trying to take $25 and spin it into $35.
Yes, but they're doing so at the quote unquote destruction of how the place looks.
Destruction?
Yes.
How so?
But so that's not an eyesore most of the times.
I gotta tell you, not to me. When I pass a vendor, I don't see an ISO.
Okay.
What I have the problem with is where the structures are left. And we can do a little bit more. Like I said, that market there's so much space on top there. On a Friday, all of those things can go up there, and they're not littering in that area around the market. But when I pass a vendor, I do not see an ISO.
We have a question here, legal question. I think ask Jomo, could this be gentrification? And can't
I realize you ain't reading nothing from that WhatsApp.
I'm reading.
you only reading stuff that.
I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read. And can these vendors bring a case against the police for loss of their goods once they can prove ownership? Again, I'm gonna read. Ask Jomo, could this be gentrification? And can these vendors bring a case against the police for loss of their goods once they can prove ownership?
Well, I mean, personally, I don't know what authority the police have to say they go in and destroying people's things. I don't know what authority. And that could be tested in court. I mean, if you have property and this property is destroyed improperly, you can test it. You have a constitutional right to protection of property. So you may have, but when people have $500-600, they may not have the wherewithal to say, you know what, I'm going to test this in court. I'm not saying they're going to prevail, but what we know from the get-go is that they have a constitution right to the protection of property. And if the authorities are simply moving in them and destroying their property, as we have seen ever so often, we saw it in Anna's Vale by the Massey supermarket. We saw it a few days ago here in Kingstown. I think that is a problem.
Carl, welcome to OMG. Hello.
Morning.
Yes.
Those people stuff that they are throughout. Maybe the government could compromise with them by giving them like a 50% of whatever the cost of the stuff they're throwing. 50% of it, and then meet them halfway.
Repeat the question one more time. I think we sort of.
It broke up a little.
The stuff that the government, that the authorities throw out for the vendors.
Yes.
Maybe they could meet them halfway by like compensating them 50%.
Compensate them 50%. Okay.
Well, yeah. But if the government moves so hard against them, they may not be willing to compensate them in any way. The government is essentially saying, the authorities are saying, look, we told you that you must move. You don't move. All right, we're gonna take your things and throw it away.
Yeah.
Well, I was just thinking about Judge Mathis. If you ever see Judge Mathis on TV. So when you go to court now, you let's say you're walking down the road. I'm going walking down the road, minding my own business, and you shout some insult to me, and I turn around and punch in the face. And you have a doctor bill of $5,000. You go to Judge Mathis and says, well, you played a part. While the guy is wrong to punch in the face, you are half responsible for getting the face by comment to the guy. So you give your, if you're suing for $5,000, he give you $2,500. So that's my analogy of that. That's why I say about 50%. Arthur Morgan said that he warned them over and over to move, and he did not move. So I'm wondering if you put part of the blame on the people who did not move. You know, that's what I was.
Well, we hear you, sir. You made that point 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay, Carla.
All right.
All right, thanks a lot, Carla.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So we have a comment. Jomo in making sense, any sense at all. He is making excuse for vendor behavior in SVG on its smallest in comparison to the larger Caribbean island. Let him explain why vending is orderly in the capital of these small countries, St. Kitts, Antigua, Grenada, Dominica, and so forth, St. Lucia. So they're saying that, could you explain why?
But where is he talking about? About vending being orderly? Where?
St. Kitts, Dominica.
I heard the country.
You mean where in the country?
In the capital.
Where is it orderly? What does it mean to be orderly? Is he saying that there's no vending on the street in St. Lucia and St. Kitts and Antigua?
He's saying.
I went to St. Kitts and Antigua and Dominica. I see vending on the streets. People may complain there too, and people may complain there too, and say that they're blocking them from easy passage. And I gotta tell you, I plead guilty to defending vendors.
Yeah. Well, you said that, plainly in no uncertain terms and you've seen nothing that can change your mind thus far with how they are.
No, I see nothing that would change my mind.
Yeah. No, I hear you on that, man. Yeah.
Counselor, I have a question here pertaining not on this particular subject, but something we were discussing earlier, where Vincent John Man was, thrown out of the Navy.
Of the Navy, that's right. For sexually assaulting his bunkmate, so to speak.
Placed on a sex offenders list. Somebody's asking, right? If that person were to be deported, how will the sex offender play out in SVG? And do we pay much credence to sex offenders list? Here?
Does that stigma follow you from country to country, or is it?
Well, I don't think that St. Vincent has a sex offenders register, so it may not happen. And I don't know. I am a little reserved on this whole question of sex registry, because or crime registry. The fact that somebody engaged in an act, they were caught, they were punished, they did their time. I am not so sure that stigma should follow them. If it is established, however, that this person is a serial rapist or
a repeat offender.
A repeat offender, thank you. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yes,
then I think that you may want to put some kind of a flag on them. But the mere fact that that someone may have transgressed the law and got punished for it, I don't think that should follow you all over the place.
Scarlet letter right through.
Caller, welcome to Boom. We have a caller again. Hello?
Yes, if you have an interactive program, you have an interactive program. You can have people calling a million times and just carry on your own conversation like it's the all about the program.
Yes.
I want to talk about the vending situation. Okay?
Yes.
It is really unfair to people going to Kingston to do business. And business places, their parking available in front of that establishment. But the parking spot is occupied by vendors. Then you now have to, there's restriction on parking in Kingston that you can't park everywhere. So why should be allowed to vend anywhere?
You could park anywhere you get a spot in Kingston.
There are restrictions on parking in Kingston.
You can park anywhere you get a spot in Kingston.
Yes, there are restrictions. I noticed within recent times, every business place in Kingston has a loading. Even if it's a restaurant, they have a loading. I don't know why.
You can park any place you get a spot in Kingston.
Okay.
There's a parking area between PH Vera and Korea's Minimat. That parking area was vacant for a long time. People had been able to come and park and go. All of a sudden, the vendors occupy the sidewalk. They have moved from the sidewalk into the parking area. Now some of them are even onto the street. So
I am not saying that we don't need structure. I'm not saying that we don't need organization. Where people are on the street, in a commercial space, we need to move that. But I don't see how you could compare. When you come into Kingstown, all of the streets that we have so many vehicles now, and what make you think that you, with your privileged self, with your vehicle, should have more authority to park where you want to park, as opposed to a vendor who's trying to eke out a living?
So, as a business person, should I expect the government to provide space for my business?
If the government should provide space for your business,
they should allow the vendors have business set up business on the street. Should I look for this so as a business policy? Should I look for the same compliments from government?
I really think you're mixing apples and oranges.
No, it's not apples and oranges. It's business is business.
Thanks, caller. Thank you very much. Council, you.
Well, I don't know. I don't know where else to carry that.
Oh.
I think he's mixing apples and oranges. I mean, a business place. There's, for example, thank my mind for going there. Some businesses put their produce onto the street. I have never heard anybody say that these businesses that put their things on the street, on the sidewalk, should move it, because these are bona fide, well-established, respectable, money-making, rich, middle-class, upper-class people. But this thing is fundamentally about class.
Well, I was just about to say you're leaning into a classist rhetoric right through.
And what's wrong with a classist rhetoric?
Well, I
stand firmly in defense of the poor. Firmly in defense of the poor. I opt for the poor. I would give more concession. Look.
You're saying that somebody, and this may be a conflation, but somebody that steals from my store to feed their kids shouldn't be punished the same as somebody that stole from my store.
Take that back, man. Take that back.
I'm asking you. I'm asking you.
You're reaching, man. You're reaching too far too. That's a bridge too far, as they say. I am not gonna stand here. I am not gonna sit here and defend somebody going into some store on the ground that they have the children to No, I'm not gonna do that. Okay. But I would stand there and say, when that lady comes out, goes into the mountain, gets a bunch of banana, ripe it and bring it in town to sell, I'm gonna be a firm defender of her standing on the street corner to sell every single one.
I hear that.
Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning. How you all doing?
Yes, man.
That's Andrew.
After this one, I gotta run. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, I am in total agreement with people making a living. I am in total agreement. Don't get me wrong. I feel that people should be entitled to make a living. I know times are hard and we struggle, but I still maintain that in doing so, we must not have total chaos, and it must not be a free for all. And I'm saying that in terms of the vendors, I've passed many areas in Kingston, and I think some of these structures that they have there really need some redoing. I remember some time ago there was some talk about coming up with a sort of a little shed, well, not a shed, a booth sort of, that they could use and make it look uniform and kind of organized. Right. You know, you walk down to some in this street and sometimes you have to duck because a piece of stick is poking out, a string is coming across ready to cut your throat. You know, so I think structure needs to be placed to be brought in where that is concerned. Additionally, you renovated all these buildings, so you're gonna use them for vending, and up to now they can't open. I don't know why the problem. You know, so we need to look at that. I mean, everybody must make a living, but I mean, you can't make a living and put my life at risk in terms of the danger and the danger from your structure.
Where in Kingston does a vendor put your life at risk? So you're inflating your case.
You ever
all the people who are talking about moving vendors, I wonder if they would support. Huh?
You ever walk down to Bishop? You never walk.
I've walked all over Kingston, sir. All over Kingston.
Almost cut you?
No, I never almost got cut by top. In fact, I feel more danger when it's raining with people walking with the umbrellas that I would get my eyes knocked out.
But Joe, I like you. I'm defender of the poor too, you know. So don't think it's you alone as defender of the poor.
But I never make any claim as being the sole person. I don't know why you're going there.
I support everybody making their living too, but I'm saying, if you're reasonable and you agree with me, you'd see that are you already pleased with some of those the way some of those things are done, those modern things are made? Yeah. You don't think we could do something better than that?
Well,
I've traveled the world over and I've seen vending in many cities. Walk down some street in the morning and the place is full of vendors, and by evening they pass back, everything is back in order. We can do that too. Why can't we?
But all of us are calling for organization and structure. What I'm saying, I'm not supporting the wholesale removal of vendors off the street.
No, I'm not.
all of the people who come out and say they are opposed, and this is my last comment before I go because I have more.
Yes, sir.
I want, if the government comes out tomorrow and say all of these vehicles that come into town and park, you have to start paying by the hour. I'll see if you all don't sing a different song. Until we meet again.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rambo.
Thank you.
I agree. I support paid parking in Kingston. I've been saying for the longest while we need to put up some parking meters in certain areas of Kingston because I find we have too much of a free for all in this place. Everybody coming and they take up your space and they park whole, they pay nothing. If you go to the airport and you park for the you have to pay. Anywhere else you go in the parking lot, you have to pay. You know? But I guess as I say, we are welcome and we are enums. Have a good morning.
Thanks very much, man. Thanks very much as usual.
That's how it is. The discussion in full effect.
Full effect. It seems like a lot of persons agree that, as President say, look, everyone is in agreement that it needs to be spruced up. But to manhandle and destroy a person's livelihood is wrong and very wrong. Doc King, boy, I surprised to see Doc King saying, I stand firmly with Ralph to clean up stinking Kingston. That's video 100%.
Somebody call it Stink Town, yes?
Sharma said I had to walk in the street between the market because the sidewalk was clustered with vendors and I almost got run over by a vehicle. And Charlotte says sideways. I had to be walking when going to the market. She said she has to walk sideways.
Let's see what's going on.
Yeah, not cool at all. I almost got thrown to the ground by an Edo. That was on the floor. I'm not again. Charlotte, a whole Edo nearly shared on girl. A lucky thing. I'm not against vending, but it's the way it's way too clustered in the city. We have a fish market, but yet they are also on the outside hustling between the market vendors as well. City doesn't look attractive at all.
That's right. It doesn't.
You know?
I've spoken with a lot of folks that have said, listen, that cruise ship berth, it's so nice. You come in and you think, okay, I'm in a tourist resort, and then you walk out and it's like,
a lot of people calling in, boy. We have a
good
call.
morning, your life.
Good morning, your life.
I want to go back to yesterday. Were you able to interview Dr. Beckett yesterday?
Yeah, how? That was in Jill's program.
You have to look at Jill's program.
Because I thought it was in your session, and I keep listening and I didn't hear it.
No.
If you go on Facebook, you can dig up the live.
Which I'm not on Facebook.
Yes.
All right,
buddy. I'm sure you're gonna make the wrongs on the dial. Normally they make the wrong, but different dial. I look out for it.
All right, buddy.
All right, Carl.
Thank you. Yes, we had Dr. Beckett in with us yesterday for the Proper Leave C with Jill.
Winston Davis said, Jomo, you are a champion. Okay. We have to take a break and yes, come back. Okay.
All right.
Big People Events presents October Raga Soca Fest on Saturday the 22nd of October. Going down at Woodsy, 1133 Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Showtime, 9 p.m. with live performance by Adrian Bailey and the Magma Band featuring Scorpion.
She left the road, big road.
Music by DJ Easy Sound. So get your early bird tickets at 30.
Isn't it good to know that
Get your tickets at Woodsy Bar. Call
'Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Entertainers, play games, and experience so much more as a VIP and VVIP. Live entertainment by DJ Laser, Team Fearless, Jasper, Mad King, and more. Early bird tickets $80, VIP $120, VVIP $180. Follow us on Instagram at Guinness Cosplay for more details. One New St. Vincent, Market Gorilla, Boom 106.9, and Guinness, made of more. Please drink responsibly.
Something new is coming to Villa. Get ready for the launch of Pier 1 Beach Club and Restaurant. Make it a Pier 1 weekend with the official launch party on Wednesday. Something new is coming to Villa. Get ready for the launch of Pier 1 Beach Club and Restaurant. Make it a Pier 1 weekend with the official launch party on Wednesday, October 26th from 7 p.m. until Thursday, 27th is a Vinci thing. Food, fest, and fun from 2 p.m. until Friday, 28th. We go Vintage Vinci with a massive old school party from 7 p.m. until Saturday, 29th. Get ready for the Royal Rain, the official after party for Miss SBG from 9 p.m. until Sunday is Seafood Sundays. Let's brunch from 11 a.m. until Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Regular admission is only $30, VIP $60, or get a weekend pass $100 regular, VIP $200. Look out for the best DJs all weekend long. The wait is over. Get ready for Pier 1 Beach Club and Restaurant at the location formerly known as Iguana in Villa. Brought to you by Digicel, Campari, Hyrule Hold Your Own, Johnny Walker, Joshe, and 4 Shells.
Better price, no stress. Just talk to the General and they will be that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases, so you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
At Cashways, we buy, sell, and trade almost anything of
At Pharmacy Plus, you can get your personal care, hair care, prescription, dental, and over-the-counter, and medical supplies at affordable prices. Located on Egmont Street, opposite Home Collection. We're open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pharmacy Plus, for supreme care and more.
Come, Cashways, we buy, trade, or sell almost anything.
The event we've all been waiting for. Get ready for a night of poise, elegance, sophistication, and pure talent. The Miss Plus Size Universe International brings to you its 7th annual pageant as they present some of the most beautiful women all vying for the crown on Saturday, November 5th at the Russell Auditorium, Kingston, St. Vincent at 8 p.m. Get your early bird tickets for only $50. General tickets $100. For the VIP table, only $250. Get your tickets at Diamond Girl, Kathleen Bailey Creations at E.T. Joshua Mall and the Land Store at the airport terminal. Live performances by Darren Andrews, Javid, and more. Also, an appreciation and red carpet segment. Wow, who will take home the crown for the Miss Plus Size Universe International 2022 on Saturday, November 5th? Don't you miss it.
SVG, my homeland, you gave me no mansion, no gold, no diamond, yet I love you a million. All the things that you have to offer is more than my heart's desire. Lovely beach, tropical breeze, always there, within my reach. I love you, SVG.
Now come down and sing about the country.
SVG, my homeland, you gave me no mansion, no gold, no diamond, yet I love you a million. All the things that you have to offer is more than my heart's desire. Lovely beach, tropical breeze, always there, within my reach. I love you, SVG, my sweet little nation, SVG. I love you, SVG, home of the blessed SVG. Saint Vincent and the Grenadines, I love you. Can look at the sunrise, can look at the sunset, Sweet Mother Nature, such beauty, such splendor. Can't live my life without fear. Freedom to go anywhere. You got love and you got peace. From La Soufrière to the Grenadines. I love you, SPG. We sweet little nation, SPG. I love you, SPG. Oh, must be blessed, SPG. Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. I love you.
God bless Saint Vincent and the Grenadines, God bless with SPG. SPG is a nation in the Caribbean. A full time now, no name to mention. You are supposed to use one in a million. So many lovely beaches with the white sea sand. The golden sunlight that give life to the plants. The fresh air that blow from the sea to the land. The volcano is there for a reason. Jaja put it if you when things start go wrong. The lovely Grenadines, a chain of islands, so much beautiful scenes that attract everyone.
Calypso and reggae, look here. To Dingole, bamboo melody, and in harmony. Night morning, Christmas and Carnival. You got so much bacchanal. Wailing time is any time, and any time is wailing time. I love you, SPG. We sweet relation, SPG. I love you, SPG. We high room, SPG. Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. I love you, mango guava jelly, early morning fish tea, coconut water, farina and zabuka, pilau, crayfish and kalalu, sauce, dumpling and maniku, roast breadfruit, pickle jowfish, and much, much more deliciousness. I love you, SPG. We sweet little nation, SPG. I love you, SPG. Oh, must be blessed, SPG. Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. I love you.
SPG, you're the natural place to be, that's the fact. As far as I travel upon you, make can't turn me back. Now make can't stay too long. Got me green coconut, the mango, the Popeye, sugar, apple, and sour sap. Me sweet blackfish, green peas and carrot. Cornmeal dumpling, the Parmesan and chicken back. The breadfruit and saltfish, our national dish. So far my birthright, I can never switch. You have so much beautiful results, such as Falls of Belen. And me have to mention the botanic garden. The parrot is so unique and so splendid. It's our national bird, so we have to be protective. No man and woman, say boys and girls, don't bother the tourists, allow them to enjoy our hospitality so that them can return, enjoy a smiling face, give them a warm welcome, because tourism is everyone concerned. God bless in this
The evolution of radio. Boom 1069.
Mario? Yeah? You're dancing, eh? Yeah.
SVG, I love.
Jeez, and ready, man. Nearly sound like Beckett, eh? I swear it was Beckett singing the boy. So we still on the vending issue, man. I am being told that the manager for Kingston Tongue Board would have spoken on the issue, but not in the official capacity. It appears that because they said he was on a ULP radio program speaking about it. And this is the former MP for East St. George, Clayton Borgen. So I think somebody, because I see a number of persons saying he would have adjusted.
So if I don't listen to the,
then you can get it. So and that is you see, that is a problem I have sometimes. You hear these important matters being addressed on on a different platform.
That's a real limited audience.
Yeah. Good morning, Grenada in the house. Have a great day. Big up Grenada, boy. Cliverine, good in. Boy, big up Grenada.
Hey, Junior, thank you for the feedback. We've already spoken with our technician to get that sorted out. We've been arguing about that for a while. There we go. Let's see
have
what's
a caller.
up.
Hello. Boom. Good morning. You're live on Boom.
Hello, good morning. We the Tuesday. Happy Tuesday.
Yes,
sir.
Yes.
Yes.
That Beckett, they put me in a spiritual place.
Jesus,
Dr. Beckett, Cyrus, put some respect for the man, family.
Yeah.
But I stand in the same position as Doug King. That time enough now, they clean up Sting Tongue. Hey, what now? We have to put something in place for Sting Tongue to not become Sting Tongue number 2. We need to put rules and regulations in place. And we have to follow the rules and regulations. Don't allow our friends and them to be nasty. And turn out and put our quote-unquote enemy at them out the building. They do the same thing your friends and family them do it. That's the foundation of the problem, because we have rules and regulations, but we allow friends of them to break the rules and regulations, but we enforce the same rules and regulations of them. When it comes to somebody who is considered our enemy, and things, it's smart to have the word is flourishing in any place and an enemy, and nobody is supposed to be nobody's enemy in any place. Now, it was a very disrespectful gesture, in my opinion. And people, they deserve a 30-day notice. But the mindset of intentions now, the man could put up a sign by the government. How much time the government promised we thing in a policy? They promised that Sonny King, that never happened. They promised our revitalization of Kingston. That never happened. They promised us that we would not take any money for AIA. That did not happen. So why are they believe the vendors and them supposed to believe you after 20 years of lying to the people? Them never think I would have talked truth now. Hence why the people them psychologically did not prepare for this disrespect. Because politicians have promised and nothing never happened. So now they promise to move while they're out. They never did expect them to come and do it. And it should have been done in an orderly fashion, because
it should have.
If I was a vendor and I see them things, I never believe that would have happened, because it's a lot of things promised and never happened. Now a lot of people now claiming they lose this and they lose that. Now how are we going to put a value on the people and them in value, most valuable assets? Because if somebody has something and they tell you it was 10 grand, the government might come and say only 5 grand, because anything of them locked up in a room. And the people them don't have access to certain things, and then you know how people hands sticky. Somebody might have a Hannah green banana, then they say they want to take a green banana because they don't know what green banana is. No, they should wake up the intentions. Because when quote-unquote van man get victimized, nobody not stand up for the van man. When the teachers get victimized, nobody not stand up for the teachers. Now these vendors get victimized, the people them who them depending on these vendors of them to stand up in solidarity with them, is standing aside and watching and laughing. Hence why the government could do what the government is doing. If everybody who sees some victimization, some form of victimization happening, even though the victimization does not affect you directly, you're supposed to stand up in solidarity with your fellow intentions if you know it's wrong. And that's what happened here today, because some of them same people who keep an audio night bawling, was laughing when protesters get stamped down and slapped off and kicked down. But now all the expect the same protesters now to bawl to all you. You better really pay attention to what we're doing. Because once one Vincenten is victimized, all of you are victimized. Hence why the government could go and mash up that one here today, mash up that one tomorrow, mash up that one the next week, because they know only 2 people will come and oppose them and force them to do what they swear to do when they swear in after they win election. So you better hopefully I'll pay attention, because I tried to wake up Vincenten years ago. And this is not a political thing, this is a right and wrong thing. I tried to wake up Vincenten years and years ago when I see certain victimization happening. And he's supposed to bawl out and say, boy, that is wrong. We sit aside and we laugh because it's fun and I'm in a right fun because you think it's cute because you have dread and in a right dread. But now, it's saying people who victimize Fernando now come and kick wrong my chest and expect Fernando to come and bawl for me. It don't work like that, Vincenten. We're too small to have so much hatred for each other. And silence is just as bad as the people who do any wickedness. I'm going to say that one more time before I leave. Silence is just as bad as the people who do any wickedness. I hope this episode we call it up and all the demand what all you deserve. Nobody doing all the favor. All you deserve what all you deserve. Government not doing all the favor. We put them to walk through.
Right.
So we have to demand that they do what they promised us to do. They provide us here and continue to do with fire. And Fernando yesterday was a very refreshing
live reporting on the incident. Above and beyond, put a stripe on your shoulder and stick out your chest like a cat.
Boy, Mario jealous, boy, Mario.
Nice.
Yeah, respect Max. Man, that was Max. They always coming in and giving some, interesting take. We have Winston here saying, he said the Prime Minister and the ULP create the monster at the marketplace with the vendors years ago when the NDP tried to clean up that same marketplace. The late Glenn Jackson went with a mic and advised the same vendors not to move, and he was supported by Ralph and the ULP.
Yeah, someone said that yesterday, and I asked if that was a case of the chickens coming home to roost because of that. It's the behavior that you spurned on before. But I again maintain that things could have been done better. Because things can always be done better, right? But there has to be accountability on both sides. It can't just be that people are just saying, "Oh gosh, everybody bad," because that is not the case, right? And I know again, Pelt and stuff. People say that I'll be deported and all kind of thing on Facebook. But
no, we ain't gonna deport you, man.
You know what I'm saying? But we need to not just lead with emotion. Sometimes we gotta sit back and say, "Yeah, this is a crappy situation."
Yeah.
But why did this happen?
Right. Exactly.
That's all.
Exactly. Sharma said the tourists told me that they were astonished to see how dirty Kingston was on Sunday morning after the cruise ship docked.
Come on.
Come on. So yeah.
I mean, we can't say that we're a developing nation and we want to aspire for better things. Everybody, this is the TikTok generation. They're seeing people in clean squares doing flash mobs and stuff like that. Let's see something in a clean square in SVG as well, and not just in a at the lookout or at a tourist site or at a national park.
Yeah.
Let beauty be the norm. That's all I'm saying.
Live on boom.
Morning, guys. Morning. I had to put in the middle. I'm strapped for time, but I only got to put in a little 2 cents.
Yes, man.
I listened to the conversation since yesterday. A lot of issues came up. Now, Max made some very good points. I got to agree with Max on a lot of what Max said. You understand?
Yes.
But the main reason why I called is because I think it's somebody made the comment. I think because somebody sent in a comment about hold on. It has to do with being on the radio station. Yesterday morning I called a person who is involved in the market. Right? I'm talking about one of the officials for the market. Okay?
Yes.
And I suggested that somebody from the marketing corporation, I suggested to that person, somebody from the marketing from the tongue board. From tongue board, go on all the radio stations and explain this thing. Because if you go on one radio station, which is the government radio station, who are you explaining to?
Right.
They didn't go to the government radio station. You mean the
No. When I say not government, you know what I mean? The party station.
Yeah.
Right.
So who's getting the message?
Right. Yeah.
If you're trying to give an explanation,
right.
What happened? What transpired? Oh Lord, go on all the radio stations now. And I said, which is what Max said, they should have given enough notice. I don't agree with the 1 week thing.
Right.
Although it's been spoken about for a long time, I don't agree with the 1 week thing. And if you know you're going to be serious about what you're going to do, give them a 30-day notice. Keep preaching. Same way you got all the ads on all the radio stations about vaccines and about social distancing and this and that. You know this is going to have some sort of negative impact on the vast majority of people. No matter how you put it, it's going to have a negative impact on a lot of people. Well, Lord,
sensitize them to what you're going to do before you do it. At least you won't get this kind of backlash.
Right.
Yeah.
You understand? You're desensitizing people about vaccines, about this and about that. But something for somebody's livelihood. You don't want to go on the radio stations and talk about it prior on the television station. But every minute you're on the airwaves talking all kinds of stuff. You know this was going to happen, guys.
Yes.
So the person called me back. When I made the suggestion, the person called me back. They say, Spence, it's funny you say that because Mr. Morgan is going on Star right now to talk about it.
Yeah. You see?
But Star, so what happened? I said to the person, so what happened to Boom? What happened to Hot 97?
Exactly.
Every day this week, he should be on one of them radio stations.
Yeah.
Whether he goes, whether it's him or somebody else, but he doesn't have to go in person, call in and explain.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I agree.
You see, let me tell you something, right?
Yes.
You know, I always say, and it's not just for governments alone, guys. This is for every organization, as long as you have other people working within that organization. Whether it be government, private sector, or you name it, okay? People make things more difficult to run than they should be. Think about it.
Yeah.
Communication is one of the easiest things to make people understand and get along. Just communicate the thing properly.
Agreed, Spence.
Jesus, Lord, man. I tell you, sometimes these people amaze me. Anyway, guys, have a good one.
Thanks very much, man.
Thank you. And I think that's the general consensus. That communication needs to be had. I still await hearing something from the town board, because I think it's our responsibility to get that information out to the public as well, so that people understand the stance taken by both entities. All right, don't you dare forget we do news after a couple songs. All right, so we'll take a top and then do some songs, and then we do news here on Boom 106.9.
We serving you up the #1 morning show in SVG. OMG in the morning with the real Badman Bing, Daniel, and DJ Shady.
Boy, it means you getting hard again. Oh, Jesus, all I hear is that, Jesus.
Mono, obviously rough so. I say mono, obviously tough so. This is tough. This is hard as God. Everything got up, sugar got up, light got up, chumming got up, rum got up, gas got up, milk got up. Oh God, how we can do it, Vinci, is just eat bread and butter, 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 eat bread and butter.
Boy, it means you getting hard again. Oh, Jesus, all I hear is that, Jesus.
Mono, obviously rough so. I say mono, obviously tough so. Oh Lord, Vinci hard, Vinci rough, Vinci tough. Oh, Vinci rough, Vinci tough. Vinci hard as God. Everything got up, sugar got up, light got up, chumming got up, rum got up, gas got up, milk got up. Oh God, how we can do it, Vinci, is just eat bread and butter, 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 eat bread and butter. I've seen hard times where none ever hate but we never bow for the shoes. Figure put it on we feet, me say no, we never never do that. We never give up, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. Could I never with that? So get on youths, let me see your raise up your hand. Let me see your raise up your hand. No matter how times get hard in a man, we standing up solid as a rock. Solid as a rock. So if all the hands them high, we gonna be alright. Gonna be alright. Gonna be alright. So let the hands them high. Gonna be alright. We gonna be alright. Gonna be alright. Yeah.
With stories making news, brought to you with the compliments of Metrocent Insurance. I'm Mario Ravello.
And I'm Fernando.
Good morning.
Good morning and welcome to Boom News Update. A Vincentian sailor who raped his sleeping male colleague after a barbecue has been jailed for 7 years. Able seaman Troy Glasgow took opportunist advantage of the sailor who was awoken by an excruciating pain in the night and was forced to defend himself against the attacker. Glasgow was also dismissed with disgrace and placed on the sex offenders registry. A court-martial heard the 31-year-old completely destroy the life of his victim, who has since been medically discharged from the Navy due to mental health problems.
Van Dyke Des King, 35, the ex-cop who murdered his girlfriend Makisha Gums, 26, in the presence of her children in Park Hill on March 7, 2020, attempted to kick a cutlass from a villager before using knives to stab her about the neck. This is according to the facts presented by Justice Brian Cuttle at a sentencing hearing at High Court No. 1 in Kingstown on Monday. After hearing the 40-minute plea of mitigation from the defense counsel, Dwayne Daniel, the judge adjourned the sentencing to Tuesday morning, saying he needed some time to consider Daniel's submission.
Cheaper electricity bill for all Vincentian was the message given by Minister of Finance Camilo Gonzalez during his keynote speech at the start of the Everything Vinci Expo on Monday in Kingstown. Gonzalez was referring to the 20,000 barrels of oil being discharged at the Lomans Bay St. Vincent in accordance with the amended Petrocarib deal, which grants ALBA members nation a discount of 35%. Gonzalez said that the barrel of oil will amount to cheaper electricity bill for everybody.
And that's news here on Boom 106.9 FM, brought to you with the compliments of Metrocent General Insurance. Keep it locked on for more entertainment and information.
With confidence at Courts this holiday season with our best price guarantee and our extended warranty product, Super Shield. Now you won't have to wait to make that special purchase for the festive period. With our best price guarantee, we encourage you to shop now through December 31st, knowing that you will get the lowest price every time. If you see the same item on sale later for a lower price, we will refund you 110% of the difference. Plus, with our Super Shield extended warranty, you can protect your purchase for up to 4 years. You also get full breakdown and new for old replacement coverage. Loaner products.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrocent General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrocent General Insurance Company.
At Pharmacy Plus, you can get your personal care, hair care, prescription, dental, and over-the-counter, and medical supplies at affordable prices. Located on Egmont Street, opposite Home Collection. We're open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pharmacy Plus, for supreme care and more.
Anything of value.
Something new is coming to Villa. Get ready for the launch of Pier 1 Beach Club and Restaurant. Make it a Pier 1 weekend with the official launch party on Wednesday, October 26th from 7 p.m. until Thursday, 27th is a Vincy thing. Food, fat, and fun from 2 p.m. until Friday, 28th. We go Vintage Vincy with a massive old school party from 7 p.m. until Saturday, 29th. Get ready for the Royal Raid, the official after party for Miss SBG from 9 p.m. until Sunday is Seafood Sunday. Let's run.
How you feeling pain? But trust me, my friend, things go nice again, it must again. St. Vincent is in pain, yes, it is in pain. You know what I'm saying, yeah, yeah. Cause the volcano come and Europe again. We was on lockdown, now the ashes come down. Yes, I know the feeling, this one is a tough one. But I want you to take time, I want you to sit down. I want you to remember, we all are we came from. Cause right now we under the pressure and tragedy. And if you feeling the same, come now say SVG go rise on top. Yeah, we go rise on top. And we don't want to come down, we don't want to stop. Cause thing go nice again, SVG go prevail. We go party and never stop till we end up all in a grave. It could be the same, it could be the same. So don't you complain, cause we some strong-hearted people when we come together SVG in our zone, feeling like some rock stars. When you see the flag in the air like a guitar, make you live we alone. We in our zone, feeling like some rock stars. When you see the flag in the air like a guitar, make you live we alone. I want to go home, but no I cannot go. Corona bad for soul, and plus the volcano. What kind of life is this for my people? I just want everybody know that my voice is here for you. Cause right now we under the pressure and tragedy. And if you feeling the same, come now say SVG go rise on top. Yeah, we go rise on top. And we don't want to come down, we don't want to stop. Cause thing go nice again, SVG go prevail. We go party and never stop till we end up all in a grave. It could be the same, it could be the same. So don't you complain, cause we some strong-hearted people when we come together SVG in our zone, feeling like some rock stars. When you see the flag in the air like a guitar, make you live we alone. We in our zone, feeling like some rock stars. When you see the flag in the air like a guitar, make you live we alone. Vincy, are you ready? Everywhere we go, people wanna know how we party so. Any vibes we just flow. So we tell them, we who does mash up fed, we party till we wet. In any carnival, we bring the bacchanal. Till them at any age, we mash up any stage. Them don't wanna know where we, cause we have been. If you come from Leeward, start to jump up countryside, start to jump Grenadines. Tell them it's Vincy, Kingston, start to jump up Marrakesh, start to jump St. Vincent. Show me all the raps up in the air. Put them up in the air, decorate the atmosphere, the whole atmosphere. I wanna see every single hand, every woman, every man, every finger in the sky. Vincy's identified. We love them, we bounce and don't tell any crowd. They don't have vibes like we, cause we are Vincy. Tell them it's
Look,
Hold on,
please
hold
turn
on,
over.
hold on.
Talking about Vincy's, well, I gotta let you know what's going on with the Independence Day menu at the.
Toga.
Is that the French Veranda?
Yes,
French Veranda, that's
French,
right.
French.
Tree cake, stuffed jackfish, curry goat,
Give me the chichi cake. Give me the curry goat.
chicken pilau, served with steamed provision, breadfruit, coconut dumpling, fried bakes, roti skin, banana bread,
where is
choice
that?
of cocoa tea, bush tea, golden apple juice, or local mimosa. We're talking about French Veranda, people. Watch me. You
French
want
Veranda
to
get
get
curry
that?
goat?
Listen, that's the Independence Day menu. is a scene.
But
You
Ella
see
ain't
the
go-
colors?
Ella ain't gonna feel no way. Ella ain't gonna feel
Nah,
no
Ella ain't gonna feel no way.
ain't
Ella
gonna-
have
ain't
it
gonna
covered
indi-
every day, no?
Ella ain't gonna Independence Day.
Oh, you know Ella don't have
Nah, I don't
a
think.
Independence Day
I
menu.
think Ella opening for Independence.
Ella won the menu today, girl. I'm hungry, so a little something for the eye and I, you know.
Boy.
I was crunching the food
Yeah,
today.
yeah. Mario, before anything, I want to remember, big up Chiwali.
Chiwali, Soca.
Chronicles
That's right, that's
this
right,
Sunday.
that's right, that's right, that's
This
right.
Sunday is a recognition of Raga Soca. So there is a number of Raga Soca artists that would be performing. A whole cast of Raga Soca artists. I don't know what's groovy Soca, no, but Raga. And that's our thing, boy. That's our thing. You understand me? So, folks, if you're listening to me, remember Sunday we're going Annisville. I'm going to be performing Chiwali, you have El Plank. Boy, your whole cast.
I performing too.
Yeah, you could come and do a thing, boy. You got a good voice. You got a good voice. You could come and maybe be an MC. Big up Charlotte, big up I see Michelle Cumberbatch.
Michelle,
big up all the way
in
from
New York. Yes, I.
Winston boy, Winston say, oh Jesus.
Ella Feedman. I find out losing some weight, you know.
What about? Yeah, if I'm bought, bought is just
big up
making
bought.
mischief on the people, them thing. I think we should give them 6 months and hopefully within that time we can learn to read.
What?
King boss.
Robert.
Oh, you bought some. Boy, I can't go board. Charlotte say, big up, totally agree with Max. Winston, political tribalism is arresting development. You don't
read WhatsApp messages
WhatsApp,
at all.
help me out now, you want me to read everything, right? You keep blaming me saying I ain't reading this, I ain't reading that. I can't read everything and still have to look at the screen.
I'm gonna read things because I find
Somebody said
it said taking this down a different area. There's someone in Lomans Bay doing some land reclamation, pushing dirt into the sea. Should this happen, has there been any environmental impact study done? The fishermen are affected. That's definitely something we should be following up on.
Right. We could look into that.
Good morning. Did they break down Phil's bar, or was that part of the original design and condition of the market? Who's Phil?
Phil's right.
Oh, God, I
believe me,
walk in that one.
Believe me, comrade.
I walk.
Yeah. But I think another thing they may build up in there. I think each right them one of them didn't build a part up in there too.
But that was an original structure. Or what?
Well, no, it wasn't original structure. That's what people say. Well, big up Phil, boy. You can go by Phil and get your groundnuts, your well-parched nuts, and drink your cold high road beer, boy.
Oh, I know where Phil is now.
Right in front of the bar, leave my partner alone.
Right.
What's up with you say with Pier 1 now? Tell this Pier 1 thing, boy. Interested in this, son of boy. Looking for places.
All weekend, It's a Pier 1 weekend. Things. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
But Shady, you gotta do something, boy.
Yes,
I ain't drinking no strong rum for the independence, boy. I have a bad experience. I don't have a bad experience. I ain't in that. Boy, I more than fall over, boy.
I'm reading from our Randy Dreads as he was talking about some of the things that council spoke of earlier. He said, good morning, Boom. Of course, yes, Spain, Portugal, and other parts of the world, you see these things. Speaking about the sidewalk vendors with their tables and their proper presentation. He also said socio-economic conditions have changed.
Yes.
What? I ain't talking about no red vultures here, no. I don't know about that. And what is so-called lotto system for the place they refurbished at the port? I know a lady plied her trade for more than 40 years.
Yeah.
And when the hurricane damaged the part close to Lloyd's barbershop, they got it fixed back, and she didn't get back her place she had for years.
Wow. We have, Angela was asking earlier for Shady to play a Jesu Providence, a song called Mr. Prime Minister. But I hear that song, boy. That song has real lyrics and it discuss a lot of social issues in St. Vincent. I don't know. You might have pulled up. We have a voice.
We wouldn't have that too Kaiso-ish for.
No, we've been playing Kaiso. We have a voice note here, Mario. Link.
Play, just hit play.
Just play.
Yes.
All right.
Boom. Now, you restructure the market next to the fish market there. When you go for the seawater side, watch underneath and tell me what you see. It's devastation because people them know going on. You can't put people in an unfinished place. the weight of people and plus the load people gonna bring to sell to make $1 to pay for the spot they are in. It will be devastating because the weight, when people start to move on down in the customers coming, what's gonna happen? They gonna crack. When they crack, is there gonna be problem? So that place they need proper restructuring because I need one to restructure. I want the restraining wall for break on the water and the water come in there to meet that market there. It ain't done. They want people going to finish properly.
Right.
Good day.
Yeah, thanks, Carla. Thanks for that.
I see someone says, Cuts, good morning to you, Cuts. I don't know who's Cuts, but Cuts sent a message. They said, the privileged can't understand the unprivileged. No cap, it's a class thing. The privilege.
I was telling my partner that. I was telling my partner.
Telling who that?
The privilege.
Telling who that? Who's that, Shady?
No. Shady and reach up there.
So who that then?
It's my privileged partner there on the other side of the fence. So, you know what I mean? Married tomorrow for sure. We need to get something from the Kingston Tongue Board with regards to this issue.
Well, I have an investigative journalist in my presence.
Yes,
and that's you. You know,
boy,
so you can go, get some things.
Yeah, I get band practice. I could use that as an excuse.
You are band practice.
Yeah. I gotta sing.
You are no band practice. No.
Yeah. So man, it's just like so much things are happening, you know, that needs our attention. You know, most definitely we're gonna pay attention to this vendor issue. Because I think yesterday some of the vendors were saying that they would not be paying their fee to operate for the day.
Right.
So I don't know how.
For that day.
Remember, Tongue Board goes around every day, and you know they would collect a fee. We have a caller. You okay?
Yeah. Let's see what's
Hello, caller.
Morning.
Hi, good
Again.
morning. Oh gosh.
Fernando.
Hey.
Mario ain't realized up to now, right?
Yeah.
If he go to the Tongue Board, he will get a different response.
How will I get a different response?
Than the local man who's on the label, anti this and anti that and anti all kind of things. You remember Mario done label all the way anti all kind of thing, you understand?
But right now you have anti-Mario rhetoric.
Mario is pro everything, so they will give Mario and all you have to do is forget about the West Indian accent.
So you're saying that I am one of the privileged classed ones.
You talk too quick, boy.
I said that, Mario.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what you're saying.
Mario, did I use those words out of my mouth?
We'll say have a good day, sir.
Thank you, guys.
All right, man, thank you. Well, you talk too quick. I hear we have a comment here. Mario, we love you. Don't worry about the thing. Everything going to be all right. So don't be afraid to talk. It's freedom of speech. Cheese and bread, boy. Yeah. You love that, You love that, Winston, send a comment. Give me Winston now.
Nyla, good morning to you, my dearest. I hope you're having a great day. Nyla sent me a quick flyer. There's a North Leeward Fun Walk happening from Chateaubelair to Belle Isles on Thursday, October 27th. From 9 a.m., transportation will be provided from Chateaubelair to Belle Isle. All right? Contact Troy Prince on Facebook or Instagram, or holler at him 593-3185 or 454-0108.
Now we ain't beating up on Mario, man. We just Mario's a partner. Helen.
I can handle it on my back, Brad.
Brad. You sure you back, Brad? You remember Friday you balling on God for none the boy? Why them people treating me
What's this?
You know, but
listen to how this man laughing. Coskel on the People Radio. We've got Dr. Richards coming up to save me in about
20 minutes.
About 15-20 minutes.
Still some chance. Yeah, but Mario, come back to this issue. I think we have is that too often, because you said sometimes we don't hear from the other side, or we need to hear from the other side. I find too often the other side tend to go to a particular area to discuss, these issues,
to disseminate the information.
You know what I mean?
If that's the case, like I said, I don't listen to any other station but Boom. Sorry, except if I want to get competition. You got to listen to the competition and stuff like that. But yeah, so it's tough for me to hear it, right? But I would think at least a clip of it would be sent, or made available, or a press release, a transcript.
Exactly.
Something.
Because
That's all I'm saying.
I don't know how you feel comfortable speaking on, your platform, your party's platform, but not on a platform where, you could adjust the nation more. And that is something I really have issue with, you know what I mean? So they need to do better if, in fact, that the manager, whoever is responsible for Kingston Tongue Board did speak on that issue yesterday, last night, whenever, we need to know what is being said. But I can tell you from, speaking to a lower ranking, person there, they would have indicated that, the situation was really, unsanitary. The vendors, need to do a bit more in terms of, keeping their areas clean and so forth. And, nobody has issues with that. I can't say nobody, but I do not have any issue with that. If it's unsanitary, if it needs to be clean, it should be clean.
Yeah.
But the manner in which you go about it, because, getting rid of people, valuable items and so forth, people produce is not good enough.
Yeah.
And, you compensating me. And even when you talk about throwing away saltfish, throwing away a box of saltfish, I doubt that. I doubt that.
Yeah.
Because if I have a job to throw away stuff and I see a box of saltfish,
you are throwing
what
that away.
You think I throw away a box of saltfish, boy? Come on.
You got capture that saltfish and carry it home.
Yeah. So I think some of that went down.
Right. You think it had some sticky fingers?
Yeah.
Listen to you just pepper in your mouth, huh?
Yeah.
You feel thing went down.
I feel I went down, boy. You crazy shit. You can show your whole box of saltfish.
And you're basing this on what? Vincentian mentality. So
all
you're
that,
saying
all that.
all
that and more. Which way? You see a box of saltfish?
If I see a box of saltfish in the trash, I leave it up there?
Not in the trash. You have the responsibility to throw it in the trash. What are you gonna do in that case?
I don't really. I can't say I don't eat saltfish. I wanted to say it banana, but I can't.
I have a bunch of bananas. I have a bunch of bananas. I just cut Mario, boy. You crazy? So, Winston says somebody going near enough saltfish for independent. I believe you. Boy.
Somebody go and come Kingston and sell bacon saltfish.
I'm telling you. Oh man, ball boy! I see how man ball. So
but no, it's unfortunate, and I did raise the point yesterday. Like how are we going to account for what Shady had? Did he have 5 pound Edos?
Nobody care about that, and that is part of the problem. It's like you have disregard for people. You know what I mean? You didn't even have the courtesy to say, let me try and put these aside for people, because even within the garbage unit, the garbage dump unit, it's very untidy, as persons would point it out. It's very dirty and so forth. So even though you put stuff in there, it's not like you could go back. In some cases, persons went back and take out stuff.
Yeah.
And I have a video. I should have sent that video when they were at the dump, when they opened the dump for the truck to take the items to the landfill. Persons were going there and trying to get their stuff. Even benches, there were persons who said, why do you throw away benches as well? Because, we need places to sit down. Now, the trolleys that these vendors use to move around their stuff, they're being told that that those cannot go back into the market. So they're asking, what should they do with their trolleys?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's really something that needs to be looked into more carefully.
Yeah, there has to have a dialogue. If there isn't one already, there has to have a dialogue, and there has to be measures taken, and people do have to respect whatever decision comes down as well too, because if it's a give and take and there's compromise on both sides, right? Then we have to.
They need to be compromised.
Yeah.
And it's something like the fish market vendors issue. Look at how that was resolved, and everybody's back to normal. So, it is something, and it's important that those in authorities take a lesson, from a lot of these things that are happening, and understand that persons need dialogue whenever you're gonna do anything. Dialogue with persons first, so that you know. But in this case, I see that there was some warning, there was some notice.
Yeah, there was some notice.
As you said, so certain persons should have taken more action. There are some persons who took action, as they said. They would have packed their thing in a decent manner and so forth, but that wasn't good enough for them, for the authorities, so their stuff was still thrown away. So, you know what I mean? Well, what are you saying? What are you laughing about?
It's just how you say it. They put the thing there, but that wasn't good enough for the authorities.
Apparently, it wasn't good enough because they still lost their stuff. You know, Edos and potatoes. As Charlene said, she almost fell down on her Edo. Charlene saying, yes, throw away the saltfish home in my house. So she said she wouldn't be throwing away the saltfish, obviously. You know what I mean, Mario?
I hear that. But you better load up your ads. And we've got Doc coming in at 9:45. So in the meantime, let me see if I can. Definitely. So we're gonna see what's going on with Woodsy's Bar, Brooklyn, New York. And if you wonder why that ad played earlier, ask Fernando. Woodsy's Bar and Restaurant now open. Clarkson Avenue, 1133 to be exact. Brooklyn, New York, 11212. Get your appetizers, all kinds of appetizers. You want wings? They have that.
I just got a response from Fernando. He said the ad was on the system.
Fernando making excuses. Fernando wasn't told to play it. Fernando just playing things.
But sorry for distracting you, my friend. Go ahead.
Mozzarella sticks, guacamole, plantain chips. They have that. You could feast on burgers. Yeah, you could feast on sandwiches. You can feast on rice and peas and a whole lot more. We're talking Woodsy's. I'm real hungry just talking about that, right? Ella said some food. Woodsy Bar and Restaurant now open, 1133 Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. And of course, big respect to the Flow Posse. Flow, they're keeping you connected. You can feel the love with Flow's customer relief program this month. I might have to take advantage of that, Flow. With up to 70% off accounts suspended 1 year or more. I wonder what the criteria is. Flo, give me a little talk to me. See us in store to reconnect today in Kingston and Annesville until 6 p.m. Plus, look out for chances to win prizes in store all month long. For more information, WhatsApp message 494-5464. All right, let's jump into it.
Yeah, let's take some ad, man.
Shop with confidence at Courts this holiday season with our best price guarantee and our extended warranty product, Super Shield. Now you won't have to wait to make that special purchase for the festive period. With our best price guarantee, we encourage you to shop now through December 31st, knowing that you will get the lowest price every time. If you see the same item on sale later for a lower price, we will refund you 110% of the difference. Plus, with our Super Shield extended warranty, you can protect your purchase for up to 4 years.
We've all been waiting.
Cashwiz.com. Cashwiz, we buy, trade, or sell almost anything of value.
Protect the children. Yeah. Don't be afraid to speak out. Teach the kids their rights. Physical and sexual abuse must stop. Join me in this fight now. I want you to see suspects say among friends and families.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Super 6 jackpot from midday Wednesday, October 26th. It's $260,000.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
There are just days left before the most highly
At Pharmacy Plus, you can get your personal care, hair care, prescription, dental, and over-the-counter, and medical supplies at affordable prices. Located on Egmont Street, opposite Home Collection. We're open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pharmacy Plus for supreme care and more.
Something new is coming to
Food-inclusive menu to die for.
The throne is awaiting a new queen as the 8 contestants are ready to make it a night to remember. Miss SVG 2022, The Royal Return. VIP and regular tickets available at all Ticketmasters, Pulse, Perez City Store, VJ's Restaurant, Kingstown, Entice Lounge, Victoria Park, the CDC Lotto Booth at the Peace Memorial Hall, Gate 3, the Joshua Center, Chill Spot Bar and Grill, Arnesvale, Porchel's, Calliope, Video Extreme Kitals, and Johnny's Barbershop, Georgetown.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare prices. And if by chance you find a better price, no stress. Just talk to the General, and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases, so you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
OMG in the morning. Morning.
Me just a wine in a zone and like me all and she feel the bone and tell me say me cold and she give me warm fire, break up me heart. I am married to the daughter, yeah.
Oh yeah, your body feeling alright, your body feeling.
Lord, back it up with your pressure. I feel it to jam whole like back it up with your pressure. Yeah. Don't worry, everything alright. Back it up with your pressure, baby. I feel it to jam like crazy. Back it up with your pressure. Come on, wine and go down this pressure, so hold me tight and don't let go. Wine and come up this pressure, so party nice and I would not go home. Lord, party nice and I would not go home. How we go jam now? To slow down, your body in control now. Party is the code now, and grooving is the mode now. Just kidding. Come on, wine and go down this pressure, so hold me tight and don't let go. Wine and come up this pressure, so party nice and I would not go home. Lord, party nice and I would not go home.
Yeah.
Well, you know I love me woman, but there's problems in the home. Day and night is pure confusion, and I can't take it no more. So I lie me by every rum shop. I drink him rum around the clock. I drink him rum and I won't stop. All I need is rum. I lie me by every rum shop. I drink him rum around the clock. And if I get a while, it tells she no see, I can drink I rum for that. Cause I know that rum cheaper than woman. I say rum cheaper than woman. I say rum cheaper than woman. I say rum cheaper than woman. She want the hair and nails weekly. Rum cheaper than that. The latest makeup from Fenty. Rum cheaper than that. Take it for the all inclusive. Rum cheaper than that. Front line Monday and Tuesday. Rum cheaper than that.
Rum do that. Rum do that. Rum do that. Rum do that. I drink a rum and I can't remember which woman I come with. Body dance full up a big sexy woman. So why not complaining, boy? I drink a rum and I can't remember which woman I come with. But the closest girl in front me, pansy bar, is going to get pressure. I drink Grey Goose, Sunset, Overproof, Vodka, Tequila, chase with Margarita. Rum take me shame, I feel no pain. I live insane, I forget the woman name. Big speaker, big chop,
my God.
road. She say everything must be big, so big. Big speaker, big truck, big wheeler. Big road, big road, big road, big road. We wind up on, and get on bad and walk she man. Big road, big road, big road. She want a big road. From the time she see the road, from the time she touch the road, she start wind up and get in the mode. She want feel the bassline in she soul. She want a strong one who can jump she up on the speaker. One who can handle it and mix it up, make it sweet. No little than, just bigger than the highway in Tokyo, Japan. She want move space, do when she waits. 'Cause if the road too small, it's traffic jam in the place. She want big road,
Shady, our selfish song.
road, big road, big road, big road, big road, big road, big road.
Don't get me that. Don't get me that ting, ting, ting. Don't wanna dirty saltfish in my house. No dirty saltfish in my mouth. I want the clean, nice, shape, clean, tight, top, one. Don't wanna dirty saltfish in my house. No dirty saltfish in my mouth. I want the clean, nice, shape, clean, tight, top, one. Don't do me that. Don't do me that, gal. Take your time, go and bathe. Take your time and rub it in. It's a soap, it's a thing. Take your time and scrub the wool. Scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it. How will you scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it. How will you scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it. How will you scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it. How will you scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it. How will you scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it. How will you scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it. How will you scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it, scrub it.
Boom 1069.
The woman was sick, so she went to Dr. Crick. Dr. Crick say she anemic right away. Because of she condition, he wrote that quick prescription, 500 milligrams of iron. I'm sorry for the woman, she nearly dead from iron. Too much iron, nearly kill a woman.
Oh my goodness.
See what I mean? I remember Shady asked me about terms and contractual agreements yesterday. You know what I mean? Telling me about terms and conditions.
So what does slip out now?
Fence slips.
What happened?
We don't pull up on this store.
Boy, Shady boy, that was a wicked segment, boy.
Yeah.
Mash up and buyback segment.
Very decent segment.
Pshaw, so proud of you guys. Good vibes. Yeah, man. yeah. We are waiting.
Well, actually, Doc sent me a message. He's got an emergency he's got to deal with, so he will not be joining us today, which means we can, continue on the conversation. Add anything new, or just hear what the folks on the outside have to say.
Alicia said, "DJ, you're bad. You're bad."
Try nothing.
She ain't no good DJ.
Don't bother with this shit. Don't bother with the word in there, Mario.
You know about DJ Run Crowd?
Abri Borgin is asked about if we heard anything about the school's public speaking competition tonight at the Methodist Church Hall. So if you haven't heard, there would be a school public speaking competition tonight at the Methodist Church Hall. Okay, he said the reason I asked, we speak about different things, but we have forgotten about independent. It seems to have forgotten about independent activities. We haven't forgotten at all. Once the information comes to hand, you know what I mean, we provide that. and Fernando go home for the selfish song.
No. that dirty
How
selfish
you
song.
gonna send me home?
Is it because that's the selfish that they find?
Well,
that's it. That's the selfish that they throw away. Anyways, we're doing Properly Vinci on Boom 106.9 FM and of course IKTV. We're also doing something called Vinci.
Could give you a six-pack.
Oh gosh,
you
boy.
could give you a six-pack. You could give you a six-pack. Mario could give you a six-pack.
No, I also doing Vinci vibes. Something's going around with my cameras here, but nobody really needs to see what's going on with me here. Vinci vibes. We have our DJs, everybody but Shady, doing mixes at different locations, all over SVG. And of course, a bunch of businesses came together to help us do this. I gotta say, big respect to Jade and Son for helping us get across to Beckway and back last week. So big respect to you guys. And we had a little fete on the boat too. That was we got some videos to post on that. And of course, French Veranda. French Veranda. We did a shoot there as well too. French Veranda, big respect to you. And they've got a great independence menu coming up. They've got tree cakes, stuffed jackfish, curry goat, chicken pilau. And of course, that's served with steamed provision, breadfruit, coconut dumpling, fried bakes, roti skin, banana bread with your choice of cocoa tea, bush tea, because I like my hot sips, golden apple juice or some local mimosa. That's how it is. French Veranda in the house. Thank you so much. Of course, Love View as well, too. And our main sponsors, Hyroon, Hold Your Own. We've got Metrocin General Insurance. We've got you covered. And of course, Pharmacy Plus, Supreme Care, and more.
Big up French Veranda.
The veranda.
Alicia said, I will buy you guys a six-pack.
Max pizza will be nice. Thank you.
Max. Alicia.
she said that's six-pack, and you upgraded to a Max.
Yeah.
I mean, I will eat it. Don't. But
we don't drink alcohol.
We don't?
Until Christmas.
Oh, okay. One day she said, no, I'll buy a six-pack one day. So she said and take it away. 4511069, that's the number you got to call. 4551069. That is the WhatsApp number. Do we have any messages that we need to read?
Well, Barry's at the part. And, Barry's at the part. So come and check us out. We have parts for different vehicles.
They have things.
Windshield front cut, fender, bonnet, headlight, brake, master and booster, tail light, shocks, fan, mirror, arms, steering rack. Barry's have a wide variety of stylet parts as well. Tail light, indicator, fan, rotor, shocks, so much more. Toyota van parts, shocks, rotor, jump, and more. Nissan van, genuine jump, router, differential arm, and many more parts.
Parts like bees.
Yeah, you can call them or WhatsApp telephone number 593-5226. Okay? And also on Fleet Boutique. On Fleet Mario boy. This
all kind of
independent
fit.
boy.
All kind of
Yeah,
fits.
this independent you gotta get. You know what I mean? Also on Fleet Boutique have new arrivals for black
for all fits. All
events,
fits.
all upcoming. You can check them out in the same building as Barry's at the part, or you can call 497-8227. Okay.
All right, and of course, just to let you know that if to orient to find Barry's, that's if you're coming from Gonzalez Liquor side, all the direction that you give that.
Coming from Gonzalez Liquor side.
That's right.
Okay,
Right.
Yeah.
And I forgot to give credit to Digicel. Digicel has also joined us as a sponsor for the Properly Vinci as well too. Got that info yesterday from Carisia. Woohoo! So I got to swing by and grab some gifts so we can start giving away things. Tomorrow is all giveaways, and because it's Independence Eve, so it's giveaway all through the day. A little six-pack here, a little phone card there, a little phone case, and a phone. You know that? Carisia, help me out.
So I see my friend here, District Stairs.
Boy,
my partner.
Tell them. What is that?
My partner is in the country. Marlon Butte is in the country, and already the man giving away stuff. So the St. Vincent and the Grenadines National Trust has received a cash donation of $1,000 in support of its work. Oh, that's Marlon Day. The presentation was made last Friday, October the 21st by Marlon Butte, Chief Executive Officer of District Stairs, a Canadian-based company. Butte Vincentian handed over the donation in the presence of over 60 secondary school children who are visiting the museum, which is housed in the National Trust headquarters. The student visit the museum was part of the observation of National Trust Week 2022. Okay, so let me hear what Marlon is saying. In making the presentation, Butte, former teacher who resides in Canada, encouraged the students to become actively engaged in doing their part as nation builders. He further noted that this was a critical part of their lives and they need to learn and learn well while paying special attention to their environment and the heritage which constitutes the environment. So right there, boy, big up Marlon there. You know, District Stairs, they specialize in the installation. Well, they specializes in the sale and the installation of stairs, railings and floors, and has outlets in Ajax and Pickering in Ontario.
Yeah,
you know, so that's good. Big up Marlon there supporting.
Awesome. Look, let me see if I can pull up Marlon picture as you talk about it.
Yeah,
and Marlon is oh my goodness, something's going on with my internet here. Marlon is a regular contributor on OMG, regular listener to OMG as well too. So big respect to you, and it's great that you're giving back, because Marlon always talks about furthering Vincentian people, you know, and being that bastion for positivity. So you know,
he's doing his part.
He puts his money where his mouth is, literally. Man. Literally. All right, let me see if I can pull up a quick pic of Marlon for those that
don't know. Big up Woodsy, Bar and Restaurant as well. You know what I mean? They're now open 1133 Clarkston Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. 11212. At Woodsy Bar and Restaurant, you can get your appetizers like pulled chicken sliders, mozzarella stick, or even guacamole and plantain chips. Or feast yourself on their all American burger, chicken, rice, and peas, or Caribbean steak. Woodsy Bar and Restaurant, now open. So Bernadette and the others, Winston and the others, they can tell you about Woodsy's. If you're looking at our screen there now, you can see Marlon is handing over the check, the donation of $1,000 to Miss Louise Mitchell, and I think she's the person who heads the trust, the National Trust. So you know, the school children in the background, so they were there to you know, visit the trust, the museum, and they were on hand to witness Marlon doing that donation.
Definitely.
So kudos there to Marlon and Mario. You know, persons want to know when you're gonna make your donation and all these things.
Well, I will make my donation. It won't be as substantial as Marlon's, but I'll make it. Well, you see all your bad?
Somebody saying
why Shady making money hand over fist all the time. Why Shady?
Has some money there too, you know.
Shady have things.
People will believe all you.
No, Shady. They said when Max Day, who does be calling in and saying he all right, which party day? Tell him send a check to. Max do his part. Max does his part, you know what I mean? So big up Max, you know. Max always have something. Max, tell them no, Max, you don't make Max call in and tell you guys all leaders, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Big up Max over there. Big up Michelle there as well. So Shady, Independent is coming up, man. You know what I mean? What does independent mean for you, to be honest, man? Tell us what independent mean for you.
A lot of work.
Come on, Shady, man. Come on, Shady. Don't do me that. Guys, what does independent mean for you? What is it? Shady is saying a lot of work. Besides a lot of work, Shady. I mean, the whole concept of independence, you know, in terms of where we have come from, you don't study anything like that. What is when independent come around, you only just study to work and make money? What?
Every day.
Somebody say more work, Shady. Damn right. For me, man, independence is a time, you know, where we celebrate and remember, reflect on where we have come from, and the strides we have made, the tremendous accomplishment. Persons have issues and say, where we reached now since independence. But I think we have a lot to be grateful for. You know what I mean? We have independence to me mean labor pain. Not everyone who gives back want to make it public. I understand that, Gail. I understand. But independence is a special occasion. We have 2 days before independence. A lot of activities will be taking place. As I said, Chiwali has a show, Soca Chronicles, so that is something we could look forward to. We have, Color Fete as
Pier 1, we have the opening of
Pier 1. We have Pier 1 opening. What else we have, boy? Just like so much things happening. Mrs. Vigi. When is Mrs. Vigi again? Remind us. Saturday. So after Mrs. Vigi, Chiwali has a show, Soca Chronicles, on the 30th. What else, boy? There's just so much.
Bike stuff.
The bikers coming in.
Rush. A lot of activities.
Lots of activities. So if you're there, my friend there in Grenada, you could come up to St. Vincent, enjoy some of our
bikers and them already.
I see the bikers already here. You know what I mean? And the
Vung
Vung and the girls them, and you know what I mean? You got to tell your girlfriend for the independence, boy. Cause the bikers them coming Vung 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 Vung. And them girls like hear the song, you see they run out to see them guys talking with their accent. What you say, Mario? You go be riding bike? You afraid bike?
I am afraid no bike.
You afraid bike, man? You don't even drive car much.
I am afraid no bike. I just don't have no reason.
Mario have chauffeur.
Why, Mario? Why you don't drive? Why you don't drive, Mario?
How you drive when you have a chauffeur?
I can't navigate the roads here. I'm sorry. so rather than me bouncing on every cow, chicken, person, dog, and rat,
Kwame do that for you.
I don't let.
But I remember, walking at the Vincent, and Kwame has to bring us home every Wednesday night. Sometimes I say, Kwame, boy, leave me by the gap out the boy. They're making too much. Everybody has to hear when this vehicle comes.
Man, leave Kwame alone. Kwame is my dog. Kwame is my dog. Don't study them.
I say Kwame is
don't
after 12.
Them.
I say Kwame is after 12, boy. Though, and nobody knows. Just reach home.
This is what's going on here.
Angela said, Mario is a privilege, guy.
You see,
Angela, I agree with you.
The only privilege I have is knowing you. That's the only privilege. That's the only privilege I have, Angela. So yeah, tomorrow we'll do some hiring giveaways.
Yeah.
On the show, and of course, like I said, Digicels has signed up, so Digicels gonna be in the.
Shady just outline a list of activities, right? Somebody said, Fernando, you know, realize Shady calling out all the places he booked.
They know him.
Charlotte, you ain't going to be on no bike. You ain't going to be on no bike back. You're not in the country, Charlotte.
Before I step out though, because it's almost 10. Once again, I shall make an appeal to get some information so that we could disseminate from the town board point of view. And again, encourage dialogue between the powers that be and the vendors so that we can get an amicable conclusion to this whole fiasco. Unfortunate that people have been hurt and displaced this much. But let's see if we can get everything back into one cohesive
and get some order there in Kingston with regards to vending as well.
Yeah, man.
As you saw, somebody would have pointed out early up there vans that are parked opposite the courthouse. And sometimes it could be a problem because sometimes these vans are, as well, they put up their what do you call it, the shady, when you bump, what you call it, the door, when you the back of the trunk. Yeah. I couldn't bring it now. So sometimes they put up their trunk, trunk to sell out of that, and sometimes that trunk sort of come over onto the sidewalk. So a tall guy like you could get your head bust.
You see what I mean?
It's a good thing you don't walk around town too much. It's a good thing. I never see you in town, Kingston, walking around.
You see how my skin smooth?
All right. That's it, guys. We on here. No, let's share the guy anyway. We say no, man. Let's share the line up a tune and say what you say now.
Remember, he just get chauffeur wrong.
Yeah. He's a man that's tell you, boy. Yeah, I see this skin. You gotta bring one of them cologne they give me too, boy. That one they smell good, boy. I got roll on there. I don't know if it roll in half hour.
Roll on is not cologne.
Nobody got a roll on like a roll in half.
You are roll on cologne.
Cherry Lime have a tune, boy. Folks.
Hey,
we got to go.
But I know a roll on cologne.
I want a roll on cologne. My cologne's supposed to smell good whenever I lift up my arm, boy. But it's roll on, hammy. Keeping it down, boy. I don't know. I don't know. I can't even signal the plane for real. Cherry.
But I know you and I going and see the town board.
Let me go talk
because
they
say that I will get the interview. So you and I go and I will introduce you as my representative.
No, I got hide first. Once they start talking to you, I jump out and say, "At the here now, at the here now." I catch you. So Sherry, Angela say line up the thing.
Bring thing.
Gail say Mario loving himself. Mario is indeed loving himself. Okay.
All right.
So folks, we're out, man. One love and peace. Okay. Have a good day.